What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Underground Crypto Deep Dive Research Show. And I know the market is scary. We're going to try to take a look at things, see what we can determine. Now, this is a research show, so we are more concerned with understanding what everything means, what it does, how it interacts with the ecosystem, the market. There's a lot of wealth of knowledge there, but not a financial advisor, so I won't ever tell you what to do with your money. Things look a little different because I moved around some of the stuff in the studio. And hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties because of that. Plague Dog's in the house, man. I see you keep coming back to the channel. I love that. I think you're going to be happy you came today because we're going to be talking about a lot of ZK knowledge, what that means, and its relation to privacy. Of course, that is in privacy. Privacy is super hot right now. Camston House's AO sold 145 that is, and we'll definitely be taking a look at all the prices. Nothing super exciting, I should say, here on the daily crypto bubbles. ICP ran up to $6.30. Man, I'm ready for this thing to move. Got a small position, nothing crazy. I think I bought like $500 or $600 of it at one point. And on the hourly, still not a lot to write home. Decred went from $44 to $32, basically $32.98, basically $33. So that's not that crazy, right? Never did the mic check. Let me turn my phone up. Okay, so you can hear me. That's good to know before I go rambling on. Let's go ahead and get into what the price is doing. Bitcoin under 100,000. I'm pretty sure everybody knew that. And this is the test of times, in my opinion, to the strength of people's willpowers and the community. Let's see how many people don't show up. Let's see how many people come back as soon as the market starts pumping again. That one guy says the bounce back of my levy port starting nicely, locked in. Love that. Plague Dog says I made an ICP purchase over $100 a token. Oh, purchase over $100 a token in my first year of crypto. LOLs. Are you still holding that, Plague Dogs? Or Plagued Dogs? No, I think it's just Plague Dogs. I'm reading into it too much. All right, let's run through it. Bitcoin, $99,220. Ethereum getting absolutely mollywopped, $3,190. Call it $3,200 basically. Tether's at $1. That's cool to see. XRP, $2.11. XRP getting hammered a little bit here. BNB, $907. Solana, $149. There you go, Camsta. And that's $149. Let's see. Dogecoin, 15.5 cents. Hate to see that, but it is what it is. Cardano, 50 cents. Hyperliquid, $38.05. Chainlink, $14. What else do we got? XLM, 26 cents. SWI, $1.90. HBAR at 16 cents. Is the bull run over? That's the question you see everywhere. Twitter, YouTube. That is the clickbait going on. I dollar cost average into it until like a year ago. Solid once we get back to $20 for profit. Nice. I do think ICP will have its day in the sun. I just personal opinion here. I'm leaning a little bit more towards an elongated cycle more than it's over and we're never getting anything. The world has got a lot of stuff going on right now. And I mean, it always is. You know, it's not necessarily a cop-out. The world always has a lot of things going on, right? But it's just a different environment. I feel like I'm way bigger than I normally am. I'm just going to bring myself down a little bit. All right, so let's hop into what is trending here. Because regardless of if the market is in an upswing or a downswing, there's still stuff going on. There are still new projects coming out to know about, new narratives under the surface waiting to emerge. There's all kinds of stuff going on. What is predictions? Firo, somebody asked me yesterday to go over, and I try to do such a good job, but I think I missed the mark. I think I didn't go over that. I think we spent a lot of time on Flare. Blues Guy. Where's Blues Guy? Anybody heard from Blues Guy lately? What day is today? Today's Tuesday. So I don't think he's playing the show. Let's shoot him a message. Nope, that's not Blues Guy. Let's see. Just shoot him a link to the stream. If he's around, he'll hop in. Shout out to everybody who does a lot in the channel. Definitely appreciate that. All right, we're caught up on the chat. So let's roll through and see what we see that is interesting, and then we'll come back and take a look at it. Chunky Gorilla in the house. You could smash that like button, everybody. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're in the Discord. All of those fun things. Yesterday's stream, we got taken off stream because I believe they thought I was an underage person gambling live on YouTube. So I'm a little bit mixed feelings. I don't know if it's because we were rolling slots on stake.com or if it's because they thought I was underage, which I don't know how they could get that wrong, but they did. That's what happens sometimes. AI and AI algorithm. Get all this hair out of my way. So yeah. Maybe we'll try it again at some point. I really don't want strikes. Luckily they didn't give me a strike. So we got predictions. Furrow. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. ICP, love to see that. Don't really think we need to deep dive it. I've done it before, but maybe we do. Jelly. It's so funny. It's always, somebody once said, I almost think it was even Elon Musk who I heard said it, that the least likely scenario, and obviously he's just repeating it from somebody else, but the least likely thing is usually the most likely. Something along those lines. Because Jelly has nothing to show for itself. To me, it seems like some people got behind it and started pumping it. Don't know why they would do that. Has nothing to show for itself. It doesn't even have a beta or anything. So keep that in mind. I think it's pure speculation or maybe something a little more sinister, honestly. So let's go look over at the Fear and Greed Index is at 23. Somebody said it on the Lifer stream today that, most altcoins are at bottoms to where, they don't have much lower to go. It's a concerning thing to some point. Like, most of them, if they start breaking the levels they're at, they could go to zero. Now, will that happen? I have absolutely no idea. I like this hot activities page here. Immutable, Gophers. There's some things to look at. SpiceNet, Data Hive. Have to come back to that. But anyways, let's continue our analysis of what is trending here. Plague Dog says Elon says that a lot. Yeah, he does. And I don't think it's his quote, though, regardless of how you feel about Elon. I'm pretty sure he's regurgitating that off of somebody else. See the news. Elon and Rogan podcast. I've seen clips of it. He was talking about crazy flying cars that are just crazy. I don't know. I'm here for it. Who's here for the flying cars? Put flying cars or some kind of emoji or something. Put your best flying car emoji in the chat. If you think Elon Musk is actually going to deliver in the next, say, 4 months, 2 to 3, 4 months, some kind of crazy flying car. All right. Plague Dog's cooperating. I appreciate that. So Lightlink. So I did want to go over the founding founders segment. Is a new segment we're doing where we deep dive the founding founders of different projects. I think we're going to maybe look at Lightlink today because I wanted to look at it. To me, it's a little... We could do it on anything, right? I'm writing it down. I got notes. I'm taking notes. I know that one guy likes to take notes. So I highly encourage you to take notes. So I want to do Lightlink, but I want to know how everybody feels about doing that segment. We did it yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday, we did it for Monad. And it was actually really interesting. I got a lot out of it. I don't know if other people particularly enjoyed it. And I have this up as well now. I actually have my weeks account up. I don't know why I didn't do this before. It's just an easy chart to look at versus, say, having like trading view and then I have to swap like between trading view constantly. It's kind of annoying. So here we are. This is the 1 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute. I think I want to see that more. And here we are. I don't know if I can. Oh, I can write. Sweet. Are we getting something like this? I don't know. I'm just projecting there, right? Absolutely projecting. Are we getting like fallen wedge vibes for a bounce? No idea. How do I delete these? All right, should work the same as TradingView, right? What are some levels to look at? This seems to be defended for a double bottom here at like 98,804. Kind of looks double bottom-ish. I'm not going to do a bunch of TA or anything, but I do think we should kind of somewhat say, hey, this is the chart. This is what it looks like. I know a lot of people in the community love charts, so I want to give a little bit of that to everybody. What do we got going on here? I found a founding founder of a founding foundation from Newfoundland. Hey, I like that. That was great. What's up, Undergroundman team? Garden Warrior in the house. What's up, Garden Warrior? I love it when you come through. I hope that you stick around today. We are going to be doing ZK knowledge and stuff like that. Privacy, obviously related to privacy. Everybody wants those old privacy coins, but ZK knowledge is really the evolution or, the new technology. Plague Dog also says, I'm convicted in Tesla like Sailor is convicted in BTC. Yeah, I don't think that Tesla's going to necessarily fail. I do think they might adapt, and who knows, maybe they move into the flying car stuff, Maybe this whole time, the whole electric car thing was just a warm-up. What if that was all just kind of a warm-up for the real stuff they want to put out? Maybe he's got some Tesla-type technology somewhere hidden that he wants to bring out. I'm pretty middle of the road when it comes to Elon. Like, I don't super love him, but I also don't demonize and hate him at the same time. He's kind of a quirky guy. He has his flaws. That's just my opinion. Everybody's entitled to have their own opinion. Like, I don't get on the bandwagon for him, but I'm also not going to join the mob against him either. Lightlink, right? Let's move on. I could talk about that, so let's not. ZK Sync, Lena, Lightlink I'm just highlighting the ones that are important to me that are newer, right? That we haven't gone over a bunch of times. But if you see anything on these lists that you want me to go over, just drop it in the chat. So Lightlink, Kite AI is another one we've been looking at. Momentum we've looked at just briefly. Monad, of course. Still waiting on Monad to come out. Monad did say they had an airdrop. So you could go see if you have something going on there. Ooh, Cappy Bobo. I actually know exactly what this is. It's a Telegram game that I actually have been playing just to farm the airdrops. Mega ETH. What is this? Canton Network. I don't know what that is. 375 AI, of course. We've been over that. VWA, we've been over that. Token Forge, we've been over it. We're going to click on a few of them. Bitcoin, number 1. Just swap some Sol for Firo. Let's see what it does. Yeah, we're going to go over Firo. Not 100% sure what it is. Matter of fact, that will be the second coin we go over. First, I'm going to click on predictions. I don't know why it doesn't matter, but I do like to kind of do them in order. $64 million in its market cap, sitting at about $1 on the max chart. It's up 6.4%. This is November 1st, 2025. As far as CoinGecko is concerned. Just to say it for anybody who's newer here, when I say, oh, this coin came out November 1st, 2025, I'm talking about when CoinGecko started tracking it and put it on their chart. I'm not going to do a crazy analysis deep dive for every little random project we look at to get the exact date that they first posted on Twitter or Discord or something. It's just not worth much. This is roughly where they came out, right? And we're talking about, again, and another thing I want to say here for everybody, this is a little crypto IQ tip here. We're talking about the token generation event. When the token was generated, the project could have been building for 2 years before they put a token out. It happens all the time. A lot of times when they come out of testnet and they roll into an alpha beta or something, or a beta to an alpha or whatever, go live, whatever you want to call it. Usually once they come out of testnet and go live, they call it different things different times. That's usually when the token generation event happens, but not every project has to do that. Apparently, Ferrotech is better than Dash and it's newer. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Do they use ZK? I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Let's look. It's our next project we're going to be going over, so hang in there. We won't spend forever on this. This is called Predict. PRDT is the ticker. And we will bring up the website. But first, let's go to their Twitter and see how much attention. Why do we go to their Twitter? You know, I realize I should probably slow down and explain just a little bit some of the more basic things that I take for granted. We go over the Twitter because we want to see how much attention they have. Like, they have 63,000 followers, right? It's a new project. Sometimes there's a new project or a newer project. Again, the token can be generated the day the project comes out. It can be generated 2 years after the project comes out, just depending on when they decide to do it, and so they could have 63,000 followers, they could have 633,000 followers, or they could have 2 million followers. It makes a big difference. When they put a post out, that's how many people are going to see, hey, look, our coin is live. And if they have hundreds of thousands of followers, it can make a big difference in the price moving. That is why we're looking at it. Then once we come to the 63,000, we get our idea of how much attention they have, how many accounts we're going to get a notification if they put out a tweet. Then we come to the pinned post, and we take a relation to how many impressions it has versus how much attention they have. So in this pinned post from February 23rd, it was a while ago, give them that. You have to take that into account too, is when the pinned post was pinned, how long it's been versus how many impressions they have. But they have several times more impressions than they do followers. That's good. That's good to me. Then you come right into the next post and you look at, okay, this post was from 8 hours. It's got a photo. It's not just text, right? It has 11,000 impressions. So this is probably a better number to say how much. This one has 16,000 impressions. It's from 17 hours ago. So it's telling you, like, within an 8 to 20, from 8 to maybe 24-hour range, they're getting somewhere between 10 and 20,000 impressions. So if they put out a post that says, go buy our coin, it's going to be about 10 to 20,000 people that's going to run across in, say, 24 hours. I hope that really helps. I hope that breaks down kind of what we're doing here. I hope that's some sauce, some crypto IQ raising sauce for you. And of course, the thing is called predictions. It's all about predictions. Let's move along. I'm not going to explain that every single time that we go on Twitter, but I just want to do it here and there, right? Just want to do it every once in a while for everybody. Decentralized prediction market. Try now our demo. Drop a 111 in the chat if you are like super into this whole prediction market thing. Maybe, any kind of prediction. Maybe you like sports gambling. That one guy, I better see that 111 because I know he likes some gambling apps. I hope that went well. I hope you got your money out. That one guy, did you get that money out of that gambling, I guess a prediction market for sports? He found himself like a little glitch. He was generating some funds on there. I hope he was able to get it in his bank account. Decentralized prediction market, right? The first decentralized cross-chain prediction. I like that. What's growing? Garden. Love that. All right, that one guy, he's following what I'm putting down here. So let's launch the app because there's not a lot on their website. Let's take a look at it. Why would we want to launch their app? So first you come to kind of their Web 2 version of their website. And now I want to see what the Web 3 version looks like. Is it integrated between Web 2 and Web 3? Is it just purely Web 3? What does it look like? Let's go with maybe later. I just want to see this stuff. I don't want to be bothered with all the features. And every one of these is going to do it a little different, right? So what do we got here? close price. What are we even looking at? What are we talking? These are all expired. So I guess go to the live rounds. And what are we talking about? Last price 100,000. Are we talking about BTC? Okay, that does make sense. So here's a chart that they got running. This is BTC USD. They have it on the 1 second. You can change it to make it like the 1 minute. Wow, that thing just started pumping. Love that. It's obviously very zoomed in. This is on the 1 minute, right? And so you can bet. Now, I don't know anything about this. Again, this is not really my forte. Not really my thing. I guess if you're, to me, where this makes a lot of sense is like, and right now, guys, I haven't been trading because the market's been garbage, in my opinion. And I don't really like shorting in an uptrend. But if I was locked into the charts constantly, I might come over here and make some bets. It's kind of like trading, except for instead of actually trading, you're just making bets. So Global Investor says, wow, BTC hit 99K just 2 minutes ago. Now it's at 100K. Wild ride, scary. What's up? I haven't seen that name in the chat. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to the community. Smash that like button. I hope you're here to raise your crypto IQ. We're going to be going over everything to ZK knowledge today. A little technical, but it ties right into the whole privacy narrative that you see going hard. Are we going to move from privacy coins, the old ones, to maybe like newer ones with better tech eventually? Is that going to run into it, or is it just going to die with the old privacy tokens? And die, I mean the narrative and everybody being excited about it. So hopefully you stick around. If not, there's a link to the Discord in the description. We're very active in there, and there's a lot of great people. Hop on in. BTC is supposed to break 100,000 for the final shakeout, says Camsta. Might go to 95K. Exactly. And then we'll all point around and go, you were scared. No, you were scared. I think we're going to get an elongated market. At this point, this is my feeling, and this is literally just my opinion, not financial advice. Don't do what random people on the internet tell you to do, and I'm not even telling you to do anything. But my point is, we're rather going to get the craziest, most explosive, quick, fast altcoin season, blow off top into the market kind of thing, and like literally just December just goes bananas. Or we're getting an elongated market. That's where I sit. There is a third option, and that's that we've already topped and that we're entering into a bear market. 4-year cycles maybe are over. Institutional money is here, and it's yet to be seen. A part of me says, don't believe that it's different this time until it's different this time. Till we hit like the 4-year cycle markers, the end of the year, and things are different. Then we could say things are different. But every cycle that I've been in, everybody said it was going to be different, right? Both bullishly and bearishly, and it wasn't different. Not that much anyway. As far as time frames go, right? Not number predictions, but time frames. So I'll put up 50 more bucks in for my son. That would be the buy zone, right? Global Investor says it could wick down tonight to 95K, but I think it will close above 99K. Long wicks are okay. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. And Global Investor, are you a lifer? Did you come from the Lifers channel? Shout out to all my lifers. God bless all of the lifers. And if not, no big deal. You're still welcome here for sure. So a lot of the community, myself included, are lifers. Crypto Lifer on YouTube, if you don't know who I'm talking about. Anyways, this is cool. This prediction market. I took the time to say a few things. We will move on from this prediction market here. It's very new, right? It came out 3 days ago. And it's just now getting some traction as far as trending. Let's look at Furo, because I think everybody will be a little bit more excited. We need 7 days of extreme fear, says Camsta. Well, what day are we in, Camsta? Are we in day 2 or 3? We're on day 2, he says. Okay. So Furo has been around since 2016. Is this a privacy coin? Tell me it's a privacy coin. It's a privacy coin. Okay. Well, that makes sense to me, I guess. Smart contracts, master nodes, zero knowledge. I had a feeling that was going to be in there. And that is the topic of the day. So right here, you don't have to take my word for it. This ZK knowledge education that we're going to be going over today is valuable if you care at all about what's going on in the privacy narratives. Proof of work, of course, as well. Can't leave that out. Let's start with the Twitter. After we run some numbers here, tokenomics. If you don't know why tokenomics is important, if you don't know why we would look at tokenomics, throw a 333 in the chat so I know to highlight that for you. Firo, ticker FIRO, number 928 by market cap. Again, October 14th, 2016, been around for a while. At $1.75, looks like the all-time high was $139.77 8 years ago. So again, just like Zcash and Dash, old coins. He said just came from random YouTube. Okay, well you're still welcome here regardless. If you like trading and stuff, highly recommend the Crypto Lifer. He's amazing. Welcome in, man. Join the Discord. Yeah, what Camsta said. I highly encourage that. So, $33.2 million in the market cap, and that would be in the description, by the way. That's where the link to the Discord would be. So, let's zoom in a little bit on some price action here. Let's go to, say, the 7-day. A little bit of something from $1.28 to $2.06. Says you're up 23% in the 7-day. How about that 24-hour? 11%. Looks like you had a good volatility from 206 down to 158 back to 191. A little bit of volatility on the day. I don't know why you would have singled this thing out to trade, but maybe you were watching. Maybe you were doing TA. I don't know. So let's roll back to the max chart so I don't mess up the next one we're doing. And the max supply is 21.4 million tokens, right? So just 400 million more than Bitcoin. I don't know who came up with that. And of course, 17.8 million in the circulating supply. That is important. It is Ledger Wallet. Smart contract. Okay, so we went over that. Let's go look at their website or their Twitter real quick. So 121.7 thousand followers. I'd like to see it a little bit bigger considering they've been out since 2016. But, you know, you take what you get. Maybe they lost a bunch of followers when people gave up. I don't know. October 15th is the last post they did. And it says, Firo was the first coin to launch ZK privacy on mainnet 1 month before Zcash. Yeah, Zcash. Or is that Zcash? That's just Zek. What is Zek? Am I tripping? Is that Zcash? Oh, okay. So this is Zoomola privacy rewards. So first coin to deploy Dandelion++. Of course, it's probably their own thing. Held its first political election on blockchain in 2018 and still the only coin with private instant transactions. Firo, 9 years of building. And maybe these old coins that have been around for a while are really valuable because of how long they've been time tested, you know, in the fire. Crypto Maniac in the house. What's up, Crypto Maniac? He says, sick as a dog. Just wanted to stop by and say hi off to bed. Hey, man, I hope you feel better. Everybody say, you know, some kind of positivity or prayer wherever you sit towards Crypto Maniac. May he heal quickly. So don't be afraid to take Tylenol or ibuprofen. Get rid of the pain is okay, says Global Investor. Hey, that's what he said. I don't give health advice or financial advice. Used to love fruit roll-ups as a kid, says Global Investor. Okay, yeah. Oh, because of ZK roll-ups maybe. Maniac, feel better soon. M8. So this is 14,000 impressions since October 15th. So a little bit of attention they're getting. They have a tiny market cap, in my opinion. 31.2 million in market cap. It does feel like everybody was terrified of privacy coins with the regulator for a long time, and now everybody's coming to the place where they finally feel comfortable, like they're not going to have their money seized just because it's a privacy coin, not even because of what they're doing, but just because it's a privacy coin. And then also, I think another narrative that maybe we should look at is some of the things that are gearing up in the North American hemisphere here, and maybe there's people, hint, hint, with a lot of money, who want to move it around and kind of insulate it and make it safe, right? Maybe they want to go somewhere else in the world. Seriously, think about it. Maybe there's some people who America is going to be going after and they want to move money into a form where they can go anywhere in the world away from where they're being targeted and live out the rest of their life with all of their money, right? Like the gig is up. So Pi is a good example of not having a token for ages and ages. Yeah, it is for sure. Sunpulse in the house. Love to see that you're back, man. I hope you joined the Discord. Thinking I'll take NyQuil, says Crypto Maniac. I was thinking about privacy stablecoins like Zama. Okay, I'll write Zama down. We will go over it at some point here. Right now we're talking about Firo. I keep calling it Furo. I think it's Firo. That makes more sense. And let's go to their website. Trying to be thorough with it because it really fits the narrative of also like today and what our topic is, which is ZK privacy. You know, ZK rollups and what it brings to privacy. The next evolution of like privacy tech here in crypto and blockchain. So, and this kind of falls in it because it's ZK as well. So, sparking a privacy revolution. Firo is a privacy-preserving cryptocurrency and ecosystem. Get Firo. So how Firo works. Firo stands out by leading the charge in privacy and protocol innovation. Our pioneering research focuses on how privacy should work in digital finance. I did like that they said they had like instant transactions. That's cool. Privacy, Firo developed Leantis Spark that provides trustless on-chain privacy with autonomous sets. Dandelion++ technology provides network layer privacy. Okay. Trustless setup. Let me get this watch off. I swear it makes my wrist hurt. Miss Williams, Melissa in the house. Everybody say hi to Melissa. Thanks for hopping in. Blockchain. Our hybrid proof of work and large language model Q. I don't know what the Q necessarily stands for. Chain lock system defends against 51% attacks, if you know what those are, while ensuring near instant finality of blocks and transaction, making Firo a ideal choice for secure and efficient payments. 21.4 million total supply and tail emissions, proof of work, and 3,900 plus master nodes. That would be the network, right? So welcome in everybody. So privacy infrastructure with Spark assets. Firo extends privacy beyond just transactions and assets themselves. This feature conceals the type of asset being transferred, the privacy part, making it perfect for creating privacy-focused tokens that can be used in secure, anonymous applications like voting or privacy tokenized assets. I think voting is a really good application for privacy that a lot of people don't talk about, right? So a lot of people really insist that if you need privacy, you're probably doing something you shouldn't be doing. But what about voting? And it could be voting for anything. I could be doing a vote on this channel. Do you like me? Do you not like me, right? And you want to vote, but like you don't want your username to come up and me to single you out later or something. Obviously, I wouldn't do that, but I wouldn't put it past some people. And so you want privacy, right? You want to be able to vote and have your voice heard without necessarily being targeted because of your opinions. It doesn't take a high IQ, crypto IQ even, to see why you might need that. So when you're talking with your friends about crypto blockchain privacy infrastructure, because I'm sure that happens to you all the time, you can tell them that voting is a good application for why you might want privacy that's not criminal. Research and development. All jokes. I'm assuming that most of us do not have people in our real life to talk to talk about crypto related stuff with, especially not technical stuff, right? And that's what this group is all about, guys. An environment for people who are like-minded about crypto in any way, shape, or form to come together. What is Kansas saying? I like you, but could you really beat Mamdani's or Mamdani in an election? I don't know. It's hilarious. Are you talking about me or somebody in the chat? I have no idea. Or if you want to pay a therapist, lawyer, doctor, etc., pay your employees. Exactly. Some Pulse gets it. Yeah, there's many applications to where you might want to move money and it might not have anything to do with you. Like if you want to pay somebody for helping you do something and you don't want them to necessarily get in trouble for it for whatever reason, there you go. That one guy says the best community. I appreciate you saying that. I like to think so. Poly Market favors Mamdani 95%. He's going to win. Yeah. And he might. There's so many different ways that you could look at that, global investor. I personally don't live in New York. And I'm not ignorant to the fact that it does matter, even if I don't live in New York. But I'm not going to feel the ramifications of whatever he does in New York, honestly. I live in Florida. Firo stands out as one of the handful of projects that contribute independent research to blockchain privacy and decentralization technologies such as ZeroCoin, Sigma, Liantis Spark, and MTP. Our work has played a pivotal role in the space, influenced and adopted in other projects. So other projects have adopted, the technology that they have built. And you can buy, mine, or earn Firo and join Privacy Revolution, yada, yada. Get a wallet, buy it, start mining, because it is proof of work. I would be interested to know how much you get from mining and stuff like that. Can I mine it? Can a GPU mine? Is designed to be mined by GPUs. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. This is something I would certainly be interested in. I'm going to drop this in the Discord because maybe somebody wants to look at this. It's all about them privacy coins. It's made to be GPU mined. So there you go. And I'm going to put it in the main hangout in the Discord. But I'm also going to put it in the what I want everybody to see so that it doesn't get buried. The what I want everybody to see tab is for me to say stuff to you guys without it getting buried behind a ton of messages in the hangout. Smash the likes, join the Discord. That one guy, appreciate you. Zero Mandamni is running for mayor of New York, and he's going to win tonight. No one beats the Zoran. Yeah, get you some Firo Underground. Let's get rich together. There you go. There you go. I don't think Cam still lives in New York, so I don't think he has a horse in that race, but it does look like he's probably going to win. Firo is designed to be mined by GPUs. The Firo proof of work mining algorithm is designed to utilize all parts of GPU, including a random sequence that changes every block to add further ASIC or FPGA resistance. So open source, no fees. Performance on newer AMD cards is poorer than on the reference miner. So newer AMD cards are worse than whatever the reference miner is. I don't know what that means, right? So on AMD GPU, you got, the official refresh. Okay, I get what they're saying here. So, and then there is different fees. So they're not all zero fee. Some of them have fees depending on what you have here, right? What you're using. I honestly haven't done a lot of mining. Tried to mine some Dogecoin one time, and I don't think I ever got any Dogecoin. So there's that. All right, so that's Firo. I feel like we covered that pretty thoroughly. See if there's anything else here we want to look at here. And the beginning of the show, for anybody who's new, is us looking at what's trending. Then we usually go to top gainers, top losers. That's where we usually come across a lot of newer coins. And if we've looked at a coin for several days, I might go through it a little quicker than what we just did in that analysis. So Lightlink is an Ethereum layer 2 blockchain that lets dApps and enterprises offer users instant gasless transactions. So the takeaway from Lightlink is that it is a layer 2 on Ethereum and that it's built for gasless transactions. Its chart is obviously going to have a nice dip as Bitcoin did. So everything follows Bitcoin. 6.9 million in market cap. This thing is tiny. Lightlink is very interesting. We could certainly deep dive this team. I think the founders segment will be later in the show. So I don't want to spend too much time on that because we've been over it every single day, but I do want to say what it is. Oh, did I just close? I always do this. Why do I close Crypto Rank? It's like the only one that I constantly just be closing while I'm on it. Gotta stop doing that somehow. Says, I mined it back in 2013. Also did some serious mining in 2015 to 2018. I was nuts and hard work. Forever troubleshooting. It taught me a lot. Hey, that's what's up, Sun Pulse. I would love to have you in the Discord then, because we could certainly use you in the Discord to help us a little bit if we do try to do some of that mining. So Hopium Days, I haven't heard that in a long time. Glad to see you here. Or by a long time, I mean a few shows. Did you look at BOS? Yes, we have looked at BOS, but we haven't yet today. So I will take a look at it just for you. Let me write that down. And then another name I haven't seen in a little bit, which is Alex Ringinger. I'm just going to call you Alex. Says, can you deep dive into Lena? Okay, so we got Lena on there. And again, this is a small channel. We're just getting up off the ground. So, you know, certainly take advantage of it. And if you want me to go over something, I will. Unless it's something crazy and uncrypto related. That one guy says, dude, I liked Lena. Lena token is the very underworld. Nice. Oh, it's very undervalued. I don't know where I got underworld from. So Lena token, I think, is very undervalued. Yeah, I mean, I saw that they had some kind of collab with Swift. Been lurking, but working like usual. I check in and watch. Hey, I love to hear that, Hopium Days. Glad that you got a chance to, you know, comment. Let me know you're still here. Say is hitting all-time low now, too. I forget when I got in to say. All right, so I'm going to just run through a few of these things. Since we got some requests here, and I know that's going to take a little bit, I'm going to kind of zip through some of the stuff I might have normally stopped on. Sorry, I got one of those mouses with like, 10,000 buttons on it. And I keep hitting the back button. So where are we at? Kite AI, right? Real briefly, let's talk about Kite AI. So it's a foundational layer 1 on Avalanche to facilitate decentralized AI development. It says that they're the first AI payment blockchain. That's really all there is to see here. You know, it's a agentic network, purpose-built for autonomous economies. So the whole AI, you know, will it play into X402? Anybody in the chat not know what the X402 narrative is? Pay AI would be probably one of the biggest coins in that narrative. It's kind of just getting moving. It's definitely a narrative to watch when we get back to being bullish. I would be looking for stuff in there. It's got, you know, collab from Coinbase and Cloudflare. You know, different big companies are already integrating this kind of technology of the X402 payment HTTP code, if you're familiar. Anyways, that's what Kite really reminds me of. Kite AI at 138.5 million in market cap. Look at that roundedness, though. Like very shoulder, head, maybe shoulder. Maybe. We can hope and dream, right, that things will recover like that. Has a pretty good sized market cap, I would say, Kite AI. Hasn't even been around 7 days yet. Whoa, I like that. Did you like copy and paste that from somewhere, or did you take the time to do that? Aristotle or Plato? Hey, I haven't seen that name before. Welcome in, everybody. We are going over ZK knowledge today, but right now we're just warming up with what is trending in the market so that we could keep a pulse on it. Monad, we did a whole deep dive yesterday on Monad and their founders and who they are and where they came from, how they met each other. We went pretty in depth there. So if for any reason you super love Monad, you might want to look at that deep dive we did yesterday. And what is Monad? It's a layer 1 blockchain that is compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. Here's what their website looks like. So the Monad protocol delivers full EVM compatibility with breakthrough performance, true decentralization, production-grade security, and exceptional throughput. Let's see what's going on here. Love seeing some new names in the chat today. Never heard of X402. Yeah, global investor. I don't It's basically using the old HTTP code that's, it came out in like 1997, but Base blockchain developers found a way to basically use it for payments and stuff that's really, it's reliable because it's been around for forever, and it can be integrated into agentic networks, AI agents, trading bots. Like, it can be integrated into a bunch of things. Basically what it does is when you go to a website or something, it's what says, hey, you have to make a payment to get into it. I'm not a developer, so I probably couldn't explain it as good as somebody who actually, was a developer in that kind of space. But that's basically what it is, used for payments. It's an old code, 402 code. That's why it's called X402. But it's a narrative where a lot of coins are coming out and building on that, building tech with it. And it got enough attention from Coinbase, Base blockchain, which obviously Coinbase is layer 2 on Ethereum, that it was integrated, and they started working on it and putting some money and things behind it. So I don't think it's going anywhere, and it's a narrative a lot of people don't know about yet. El Cheeto in the house, he says he's late. Hey, better late than never, I say. El Cheeto, thank you for coming to the show. Again, that one guy says, join the Discord. We got a good group forming up, and I would love to have some of these people that are in the chat. Hey, I absolutely agree, and I just think a lot of people don't know how good our group is until you get in there. You really just wouldn't understand. The L1 blockchain with limitless potential. So definitely know that there is a link to the Discord in the description. And we'll keep it moving, don't worry. We had a big influx of people. I don't know where they ran off to. I like Plato's allegory of the cave. It's what the Matrix is based off of. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't heard anybody say anything about that in a really long time. I can tell Global Investor is a smart dude. Or lady. Not trying to just absolutely guess there. Token Forge doesn't seem like it's really worth going over. 375A is a app that you can download. Kind of reminds me of Pi Network in the way that you download an app and then they're going to give you, some kind of reimbursement for being a part. So 375 AI is developed. I tried to talk way faster than I actually could. 375 AI is developing a decentralized edge data intelligence network that utilizes AI and blockchain for real-time processing and analysis. Their offering includes the 375 AI node in the 375 Go mobile app. So that would be the mobile app. And you can sign up there, and basically you can lend some resources that they will use for their AI network, and they will make money and kick you out some reward. Is it worth it? I have no idea. No idea. Oh, he says, dude here, hey, thanks for letting me know. I had a feeling, that was the case, but then I realized I was just guessing. Alex says he's at work and he's just listening. Hey, we appreciate you being here however you can be. Sunpole says, I love the allegory of the cave too by Plato. I feel like it is layers too. I know nothing though. I'm surprised that Aristotle or Plato didn't jump in on this conversation. So where are we going from here? Let's take a look. Mega ETH. A big part of the beginning of this show is to keep things on your radar and make sure you know what they are, because if Mega ETH takes off tomorrow, right? You wake up tomorrow and Mega ETH is up 10x. It's just hypothetical, right? Mega ETH is up 10x, and it's not impossible. Stuff like this happens every day. And you go, what is Mega ETH? I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Then if you were on this show, I guess I failed you. Or you failed to remember. I don't know. But the point is, I want people to understand what new projects are, because a lot of times they can be where some of the best gains are. Need that caffeine. Need a taller table over here. Anyways, 87.6 million raised so far. No token generation event. Here's the team. We could certainly deep dive them at some point. And Mega ETH is a layer 2 blockchain on Ethereum. A lot of layer 2 blockchains. Here, let's go to their actual website, because I love this little diagram that they have, right? So this is the whole idea. This is the whole idea of Mega ETH, right? It's the first real-time blockchain. And I'm going to say a few things that normally I haven't been saying, because we've been having a lot of the same people here, and I don't want to be overly repetitive. But when you go to a website and you start seeing like new terminology that you haven't seen. And for a lot of people, I know a lot of people don't deep dive. They've probably never been to any of these websites. But when you start actually coming to the show or doing deep dive yourself, when you go to a crypto's website and you see terminology that you're not used to, it's a bit of a flag. It's not really a red flag or a green, flag, but it's just a flag. Just says, hey, interesting, narrative, category, niche, as we always say here. But anyways, here's an actual kind of visual representation of what they're talking about. So this is your traditional blockchain. Information comes in, it makes a block, that block moves along. If you've done some mining, you definitely understand this. Well, what they do is they just batch the information up through the network in much, much smaller blocks, right? So that they're constantly flowing all the time much faster. And that's pretty much the crutch of it. They have some pretty cool artwork, right? And that's pretty much it. They put their roadmap in like old vinyl covers. I think that's pretty dope. Again, no token generation event. There is speculation around the airdrop, right? If you want to know about airdrops for a project, CryptoRank is a good place to potentially find some information, because when you click here on airdrops, it'll take you to like a whole breakdown, right, of what you have to do or could do to potentially get an airdrop. It's a lot of time. People a lot of times make the assumption that people who get airdrops are like just lucky or something. They're not lucky. They took a chance on airdrops, and they could have just absolutely wasted their time. They could have. And if they get an airdrop, they probably wasted their time many times, though, on other projects where they didn't get that airdrop. Shout out to everybody who's rolling in. Welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Research Show. We're just going over what is trending right now before we get to the ZK knowledge. So I went to a crypto meetup yesterday. 95% were men. Yeah, crypto investor. That's typically how it goes, for sure. We do have a couple females, Lindsay Linz and Melissa. So there's a few females out here, especially in this community. And for anybody who doesn't know, relatively new YouTuber, right? I've only been doing this live stream show for, I don't know, 3 months or something like that. Can we deep dive the hack that happened at some point? That one guy, which hack are you referring to? Can you drop a link in the Discord or something? Some polls, yes. Plato basically said we have layers to society. You could live in a superficial one if you want, or go deeper into the meaning. Yeah, I'm all with the going deeper into the meaning. So Banks was hacked. Okay, El Cheeto. Anybody got a link for me of some sort that I could at least start with? Yeah, I think a lot about it. It haunts me. That's hilarious. I need to look into that. Says that one guy. El Cheeto balancer hack was big. What is balancer? Then we got Reef in the house. It says it's time-consuming airdrop farming, but I love it. Hey, Reef, have you had a lot of success with that? Are you in our Discord? I would love to hear about that. I would love for you to drop some sauce and some knowledge and even some of your experience in the Discord. And also, if you don't feel like typing it all out, we have a voice chat where we all get together and talk like a big conference call. And you could share that way if you want, if you don't feel like typing it out. I know sometimes typing out that much information is intimidating to people. Anyways, this is Canton Network. It's the first time that I'm seeing this here. And it says Canton Network is a privacy-enabled, privacy again, this is the hot topic, enabled public layer 1 blockchain connecting siloed financial systems, siloed usually referring to separated or isolated, for synchronized markets without sacrificing control. I'm sure they'll give us a big paragraph explanation, but let's look at a few things here. So market cap NA, right, has 60.1 million in trading volume, so obviously there should be a market cap number, but they're not giving us one here. I never know what the reason for that is, because it's different depending on what project. We got founders here. They raised 135 million on the 24th of June 2025. Why is that important? Because it gives us some kind of reference of how much money is in the project, how much money they're playing with. You know, that money could go to marketing, paying teams, building, product, digital product, that is. And so that is important. Like if the whole project had only gotten $2 million, well, then they don't really have a lot of money to work with, do they? So it is important. Where are we at? El Cheeto, I know her as Melis. Yeah, her real name is Melissa. I'm like 99.9% sure on that. She could correct me on that if she wanted to. She was here earlier, I think. Said, I'll send a link in the Discord. All right, brother, I will check it out in a minute. I will write it down here so I don't forget it. We got a lot of moving parts. A lot of the show is really about to transform. Just for everybody who doesn't know, I've got a lot more segments and things in mind and a better understanding now doing this for a couple of months of how I want the show to flow. And it's probably going to cause the show to be even longer. So some people will love that. Some people might not. I can think of some people who don't want me to stream longer. So where finance flows, the power of capital markets meets the power of blockchain. Just putting my watch back on there. Unlock digital asset liquidity with Canton. The public chain with privacy. So this is privacy. It's about liquidity. Pretty standard stuff here. Zero hash enables Canton network infrastructure to its global client base. Oh, she says I'm here. Awesome. Lab is pumping again. I don't doubt that. I cut my beard and dropped 10 years, y'all. Hey, there you go, El Cheeto. I hate cutting my beard, to be honest with you. Says it's Melissa. You can call me Melissa. So it's Melissa if you guys want. I fail with names sometimes, so I do apologize. And of course, I chose to read things publicly. That's fun. All right, so it's a privacy coin. I don't know what else there really is to report here. You could speak to an expert if you want. Ecosystem, maybe. Who are they tapped in with here? Okay, it says 6 trillion plus on chain. I'm just like, what are we talking about? Surely they're not talking about $6 trillion on chain. What do they mean in the entire world? What are we talking about here? Canton does not have $6 trillion. I'm very confident in that. I am guessing, but I'm very confident in it. Where attention goes, the money flows. Exactly. What happened to Blues Guy? Blues Guy should be here. Anybody else miss Blues Guy? So let's move back. And it's funny, I was going to do a segment, a new segment where we ask Blues Guy the health question of the day. So we'll have to do it next time he's here. He's very into a lot of health and meditation and stuff. So I like bouncing different things off of him. And we will do that segment in the future when he's able to show up. So did you spend your dry powder yet, or are you waiting, says Camsta. All right, and then there's this Cappy Bobo. Cappy Bobo is a game on Telegram. It's really wrapped under another project called Catizen. They have a lot of cool games, honestly. Some of them have airdrops, some of them don't. This says it's totally raised $8 million. I hope so, because this I've been farming this game because I don't have to do much to get airdrop. I get airdrops like daily inside the app, but I don't know what that means. Has a total supply of like 100 billion tokens, so that means that I'm probably not getting very much, right? So airdrop, 50% community first. Token generation, 2%. Vesting, 24 months. So the other 50% will be out in 24 months. It seems kind of quick. But it also hopefully will be mostly through a bear market. So that's kind of cool. Release rate, 6% per cycle. Okay, ecosystem, treasury, team liquidity, airdrop. Like to see like a marketing segment there for the liquidity. Release cycle every 3 months. One thing that kind of kills me with a lot of these games and stuff is they should have videos of actual gameplay. because the gameplay is pretty dope. Honestly, it's not bad for what we're used to with a lot of games. So if you have Telegram, I don't see any reason not to hop on and mine that coin. It literally probably take you 5 minutes or less a day to keep up with. It's really not very difficult. Let's go to the website. I do want to see that they have a cool website or something. Play online. Okay, but it's separated. So Darkstar, which we play also, is integrated into the whole ecosystem of like line. Not online, but online, the blockchain line. That seems a little confusing. I don't know if they thought about that when they came up with their name there. So game-based with rarity-driven drops, NFT, blind box, flagship store, and brand fashion collaborations. You got this Cybobo, NFTs, long-term airdrop reward, platform usage. I really hope that I can just take the airdrops and then just stake them, because they have staking built into their thing as well. Reef says, yes, I'm in the Discord. I will hop in tomorrow. I watch all the time. Just don't say much. It's like absorbing different views, different eyes, different digestion. Awesome. Yeah, Reef, I'm glad to hear that you're here, though, normally. I know there's a group of people who hang out and don't necessarily comment. It's awesome. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm glad that you're here, and I appreciate you being a part of the community. And I'm glad that you're in the Discord, right? So they've been calling the stock market downturn for 8 years now, and we are here. Yeah. It's a weird time. It just has that air to it with the market and the overall economics of the world, right? Where like anything feels like it could happen at just about any time, right? At any point. So quarter 2, 2025, launch game on token, and this is their roadmap, right? So launch game on token Kai. So that is the same. Kai is Kai is with Line. I think they might have put the two blockchains together. Very gaming focused. This game right here that we play all the time, Darkstar, it is on that same ecosystem, right? It's on those same chains. And the Darkstar has had some issues with doing what they said they would do as far as airdropping people. I don't think they've fixed it in the last couple of days since I looked. And so hopefully this project doesn't fall into similar categories. Obviously, there are different people controlling those projects, so hopefully that's not the case. I would hate to see that because there's a much bigger ecosystem. Catizen is the like platform that Capibobo is built on, and there's many games on there. There's several games, so it's actually pretty cool. If you like some blockchain gaming, as everybody here should know, I am a very big fan of blockchain gaming. Somebody please figure out play to earn gaming and do it right. So before we move to top gainers, top losers, I would like to look at some of these coins that the community asked about, which is Zama, BOS, and Lena. So how could it not be right? It got so much going for it recently. What are we talking about? Sol? Yeah. So I'm probably missing something here. Says Melis got no fear, friends. Still no idea if I was saying that right or not. I agree. Try do that. We are not out of the woods yet. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, apparently we still have days of extreme fear left, says Camsta. Okay. The blues guy. Oh, he was just saying that because I was talking about him. Yeah. He hasn't hopped in. I'll have to give him a ring later and make sure he's all good. They've been calling the stock market downturn for 8 years. Yep, I read that part. Just trying to catch up on the chat, let you guys know that I care about what's going on in the chat. And who knows? I wouldn't have these coins to go over for the community if I didn't pay attention. Do you think altcoin season will happen by Christmas? I don't know if you're asking me. I hope so, but I don't know if it will. Do you see now, my homies, says El Cheeto. Not sure what he's talking about, but hopefully people see momentum. Up 513% today. $412.8 million in market cap. It certainly has some momentum. Is anybody surprised that a coin called Momentum has some momentum? And obviously it must have been up much more because it went to $3.95 and it's pulled back to $2.06. Now, this coin came out today. Have we talked about this project? Yes, we have. Did I know it was going to have its token generation event today? No, I did not. So I guess, I don't know. Did we miss that? What is the quality of this project? It's built on SWI exclusively. I don't really know if that's a good thing or not a good thing. Is this going to be the aerodrome of SWI? I like DeepBook. DeepBook has been my play for a while. Trying to remember what the other liquidity provider is that I chose DeepBook over. Camsta says underground crypto is keeping us from quitting crypto. Hey, I'm glad I can be that rock, right? I'm so tired of waiting for traditional euphoric altcoin season to hit. I'm exhausted. Global investor, I definitely feel you, and it's easy to feel that way. That's why when it gets to these times, I like to just buckle down and focus on education. I like to focus on knowing more about crypto, how things work. You know, just getting deeper into it. Getting even now we're doing the founder segment, even getting to know the people behind crypto. That might help me spot good actors and bad actors quicker. I'm not leaving the space. I'm locked in. And so they're not going to shake me out even for bear markets. And I'm going to keep educating myself because at the end of the day, to me, one of the big takeaways before I look at, kind of read some of Momentum's website here is that blockchain technology is going to run everything. Now, we go over what's called chain abstraction or blockchain abstraction, which means to hide the complexity from the user, right? So it might come into a place where it feels like you're using Web 2 and blockchain's kind of in the background with all the wallets and stuff like that, and it's not really showing you that you're Web 3. But it is going to go that way regardless. And so I'd like to be at the forefront of at least understanding, right? I'd like to understand how it all works. So for me, educating is the best thing to go. And I don't see there's a way where crypto doesn't continue to have some crazy bull markets over, the next 20, 30, 40 years. And I'd like to be on top of it. To me, this is all practice. And as much as I've been here for years, I feel like I'm just getting started. And the show is very much to keep me accountable, right? It makes me do the heavy lifting, the research every day. All right, if you need a little euphoria before altcoin season, try something. I don't condone that. I don't condone that. There's a whole show about it called Euphoria. Spider-Man's girlfriend is in it. Okay, not sure what he's referring to. Yes, education. Keep charting. Stay focused. Exactly. In my opinion, since I've been here for a few years in crypto, these type of events is where some of the best education comes in, right? Learning how to navigate these really hard times and having the confidence even to buy bottoms and stuff can be very productive. It's crypto though, anything can happen. Not telling you to buy every bottom by any means. And she was pretty euphoric when she was not severely depressed. Okay, sure. I'm not sure y'all talking about Spider-Man. Is that where we are right now? I love it though. I love the community. Yeah, I'm researching more into privacy coins and how they can make stable coins private, because after interacting with a lot of current stable coins, they feel like ways to spy on you. Yeah, some polls you're on it. They absolutely are, Sorry. They absolutely are going to be ways to know what you're doing, right? And maybe privacy, blockchain integration, and stuff like that is going to be a big deal. Because of that, how governments and regulators will kind of wrangle hold of those things and stop their effectiveness, don't know. El Cheeto says, locked in, baby. If I've learned anything from the lifer is that a lot of times he talks about how, buying the fear, is a big part of it, but also conviction. Conviction will take you a long way. It can also take you all the way to the bottom. So this is not financial advice, right? So true. If a bull run conviction is high, so many good bargains in altcoins right now, some hitting 1-year lows. I'm either doubling up or going to zero, baby. Yeah, Camsta, I'm with you. I'm on that kind of conviction. So let's talk about momentum, right? The operating system powering the next era of global finance, where assets are tokenized seamlessly, connected, and tradable in one place. Financial operating system of the tokenized future. So momentum, decentralized exchange, is at the core. What are they doing? Why do they make it blurry when you scroll down? All right. Change of the move ecosystem. I know I'm not crazy. It's just got really blurry. Designed to make trading on Sui both seamless and powerful, right? So it's a decentralized exchange on Sui. Let's launch the actual Web3 app. It's probably more exciting. But either way, it does seem like liquidity for Sui. And it makes me wonder how much. Let's duplicate this out and let's go to DeepBook. I want to see how much liquidity or how much market cap is in DeepBook. DeepBook, a similar player. Hopefully I'm still up on it. Ticker is Deep. Has 149.5 million in market cap. So this thing just rolled out with way more market cap. Maybe this is the winner here. Very interesting. I always am like, oh, I'll just roll over into this, but then like it dumps and the other thing pumps. Happens every single time in my opinion. So I'm a little slow to make those kind of moves. Been burned too many times, but it looks nice. I got to figure out if DeepBook is in competition to this or if they're kind of serving different markets. Liquidity pool, XSui, which is a swap, I'm sure. All right, momentum is on the radar. I see the use case. I see the value in it. And let's hop out of here. That was the top gainer of the day, 500%. BurnFi. We talked about BurnFi. It's up 368%. So there's always opportunity. You know, and the lifer always says, like, you have to believe that you are the opportunity, and that opportunity is always out here. So let's talk about BurnFi. Just getting my talking points back where I want it. One moment, please. All right, BurnFi. Chilling at $5. Max chart says it's been around since January 23rd, 2024. It had a really nice run up to about $9.54. It's still up 112% on its max chart, and it's lately got a nice pump, right? You see higher lows. If we go to, say, the 1 month. Wow, the 1 month looks kind of crazy. Let's go to 3 month, right? Look at these wicks, though. That's crazy. Has some really volatile wicks going on there. $63 million in its market cap. 21 million max supply, same as Bitcoin, but only 12.4 million of those coins are in circulation. Check out their Twitter, see how much attention they have. This is called the Burn Army. Says if you just put an open blockchain address into Arkham Finance and click Intel, you can see everything about that address. It's quite insightful, but also creepy on the other side. Yeah. See, that is kind of what we enter into with transparency. Everybody talks about transparency, but it feels a lot like everybody wants transparency for everybody else, but not themselves, right? For themselves, they want privacy. It's very interesting. We'll have to check that out. I'm going to write that down. Arkham Finance. Obviously, I've heard of Arkham Finance many, many times. We've been over it. I don't know if I've ever really messed around with their data, you know. 11.2 thousand followers. BurnFi. What was the market cap on this thing? $63 million in market cap. I'm going to transfer the show into sit-down mode. We are well over an hour into the show. Our show very much ended abruptly yesterday as we got kicked off the air. That was fun. All right, cool. I moved stuff around, so I was a little scared when I went and hit my other camera. I'm like, I don't even know if my other camera is pointed in the right place at all, but it looks good. Moving on. Yeah, transparency for thee, but not me. Yeah, rules for they, but not me. So can't foe with the cash, hope it sticks around. Can't do that with cash, hope it sticks around. Exactly. And I think there's room for cash too. I don't think cash is going to completely go away. Now, maybe over 100 years or something like that, but I don't think anytime soon. But who knows what they have planned for us? Who knows? Okay, I had already loaded this. Let's look at their pin post. Whatever this means, grass maxed vibe and only sunburnt tap nation. Yeah, I don't know what any of that means necessarily. So this is from May 2nd. The pin post is from May 2nd, 2024. Okay, they need a new pin post, but I see why they have it here because it's like the links to their website and everything. 78,000 impressions, but from a really long time ago. And then of course they captured the post. If you don't know what a burn is, you're borderline financially illiterate, says CZ. Well, CZ there endorsing our show and endorsing crypto education altogether, right? I don't see a website for this. Oh wait, there was one on their Twitter, wasn't there? Excuse me as I load the Twitter for the third time. Category, it's a meme. And it's all about burning, right? Here's the website. Hopefully my antivirus doesn't block it or something. Wow, that took a long time to load. I already clicked it. I clicked it. I'm not a robot and nothing happened. All right. I'm not going to pay much attention to this. This thing looks very degen. And hopefully it'll build itself up and actually have a working website. One coin can change your life. How long has this thing been around for? 29.7 million in its market cap since October 6th, 2025. And I feel like I've seen this coin before. We didn't go over it, but I feel like I've seen it. It's on Solana. One coin one, right? One coin can change your life, which is true. Here's the actual contract address. Who knows what kind of copyright infringement they have on all of these characters. I'm sure they don't have the right to do that. Very interesting. They wouldn't know who to sue though, right? All right. Corn. We looked at corn, right? It's Bitcoin DeFi, isn't it? Infrastructure, layer 2 smart contract. Maybe I'm confusing it with something else. Let's look at the website. Nah, this looks like the same thing. Just looks like they changed their website. This is Bitcoin DeFi, isn't it? Their website was way cooler before. They thought they were simplifying it or something. Direct links to buying it. The network for digital dollar is powered by USDT. Okay, they could have a part where they explain a lot more about who they are. I think that's a bit of a fail on their website there. Let's see. They are their own layer 1, so they have their own contract address. Ethereum and Solana as well. Let's check out the Twitter. How much attention is this thing getting? It is getting 116,000 followers. I'm always amazed at what has a ton of followers and what doesn't, right? It's just, you never know, right? This thing has 116,000 followers. How many posts? 1,419 posts. Use your USDT everywhere. See how it goes from Bitcoin to USDT. Swear we've been over this project and they had connections to Bitcoin DeFi. What does it say? Trading competition. I mean, the mascot is just corn. Maybe because corn grows, right? And you harvest corn. That makes a lot of sense. So they have a lot of attention there. Pin post is only from 10 hours ago. They got 2.9 thousand impressions in 10 hours. It's pretty all right. It's pretty good. Not a whole lot to report here. It's infrastructure, smart contract, layer 2. So I believe it's a layer 1 built on Ethereum that is making itself like a layer 2 for Bitcoin, if I remember correctly. It doesn't say it outright on their website. I don't know what that is about. And there are so many other projects we could go over. Digibyte. We're going to break it up and we're going to get into the sauce, right? And the sauce today is zero knowledge, right? What is zero knowledge and why does it matter? So what is, here, let me make it so you can see it. Hopefully it loads. What is programmable cryptography? So programmable cryptography means we can mathematically enforce rules, privacy, and verification without trusting intermediaries, right? The middleman. Instead of trusting platforms, we trust math. Crypto is becoming programmable security, programmable privacy, and programmable compute. What are zero knowledge proofs, though? So zero knowledge proofs let someone prove something is true without revealing the data behind it. It unlocks privacy, verification, and scalability all at once. It's like proving you have the winning cards without showing your hand. So, everybody talking about, Aristotle and Plato and stuff, like take a grasp of this, right? Because you could just read it, but like really try to understand it. Zero knowledge proofs let somebody prove something is true without even revealing the data behind it. It unlocks privacy, verification, and scalability all at once. It's like proving you have the winning cards without showing your hand. Now, how would you do that? It sounds awesome, but how do you prove something without proving it? Because it's almost what they're saying. They're almost saying you can prove something without proving it. Now, they've hinted at the fact that you use math to do that, and that would make a lot of sense to me. But how are they doing that with math? So why it matters for Web3. The big one, right? The big takeaway, privacy, but also scalability, security, UX, trust, minimize, automation. Blockchain evolve from public ledgers to verified cryptographic platforms. This is why I keep saying that zk knowledge, right? zk rollups is a way of using zk knowledge as a rollup. That's almost for a different time. What's a rollup, right? But blockchain evolves from a public ledger to verified cryptographic platforms. This stuff is evolving, and zk is kind of the best, newest tech that I've seen. And again, people will take the idea and they'll morph it and tweak it a little bit and come out with their own little version of it. Could be better. This is how, the technology advances. People try to stay cutting edge. Modern zk use cases, right? So you have zk rollup, and this is showing you like zero knowledge is its own thing, and it can be used for rollups, it can be used for identity, it can be used for ML, which is verifiable AI computation, on-chain privacy, and cross-chain verification. So think about zk identity. Think about you could go somewhere and prove your identity on blockchain, obviously. But even in real life, using a wallet, right, with this stuff integrated, where you could prove you are who you say you are without actually telling them who you are. I think that's a pretty interesting topic. Some poll says, yeah, the guy who invented zk proofs was put in jail for 10 plus years. Was he really? I think in the 1990s, if memory serves me correct. Wow. Okay. Do you remember what the guy's name was? I would be really interested to look that up. Firo just jumped up in like $8 in 10 minutes. Wow. Not surprised though. Yeah, ZK proofs are like math proofs. The best summary was actually using a cave. I'll try to find that. Okay. I like that. The whole community getting involved here. So leading projects is ZK Sync, StarkNet, which we've been over StarkNet, I feel, so many times. Polygon, ZK EVM, which I believe is like a parallel chain. MENA protocol. Man, I hope MENA gets a pump off of all of that because I've been holding that for a long time. Aztec Network. And I'm pretty sure the guy who made MENA protocol was all about, privacy and, not being able to hack into stuff, like making it hack proof, right? Which would go right with privacy. Aztec Network, this Risk Zero scroll, which we just looked at the other day. Succinct Labs, which I've made, reels about and stuff, and Allo. So it's funny how these things kind of cycle around. So the big shift is coming. The next era of crypto won't just transact. They will compute, verify, and interact privately, powered by cryptography instead of trust. So what was really the big thing that they used a lot before ZK was optimistic. And not talking about optimism as a chain, although optimism was very much wrapped around that whole narrative, right? But optimistic rollups, or basically optimistic verification, which doesn't sound like, when you say it out loud and think about what optimistic means, it means kind of hoping. Doesn't seem like the way to verify your blockchain, in my opinion. But one thing I just want to, double back around, circle back around, like we were Jin Saki from the Biden presidential era. Somebody will get that joke. This is, to me, why I'm not leaving crypto. This is why I'm doubling down on education. It's why I'm starting this channel and I'm not going anywhere through the bear market, no matter kind of what the outcome is. Because this is very much for me to stay on top of it, because this stuff is very much the future. Will that mean that it's the future in the manner of altcoins pumping? I don't know. But the technology will be futuristic in how things work, because it's how we interact with AI. They're trying to tell me how to run my show here. AI loves to do that. So again, we could get very much more complicated in it. But that is a simple breakdown of what ZK knowledge means. So Vero can beat Dash, believe in yourself. There is a verifier and approver in ZK Proof, says Prime Minister. Hey, welcome in, Prime Minister. So much to explain, LOL, but what's up, bro? Yeah, exactly. There is a lot to unpack there. He says, nope, I was wrong. Probably wasn't sent to jail. These guys called Sharafi Goldwasser. Okay, and he gives us all their names, apparently. Kamsta says Underground will go down as the crypto mastermind until AI takes it over, like 5 years. Well, thanks, Kamsta, for giving me a good time frame of how long I got to do this. 5 years is a good run. 5 years is a good run. When do I get dialed in and just live stream every single day without any break, like the lifer is? I'm warming up to it. I'm warming up to it. I gotta convince my wife that that's the right thing to do, right? Too funny. So Nano, and let's look at somebody had just brought up Firo again. Duplicate this out. Oh, I need to go over these coins that you guys wanted me to go over. Who said Firo jumped? Did I read it wrong? You said Firo jumped up $8 in 10 minutes? Kamsta, where are you seeing Firo jumping $8? It's not even $8. You mean 8 cents? I think he means 8 cents. Do you mean 8 cents, Kamsta? Stream from your suite in Singapore next year. Hey, I'm gonna work on that. Might be too advanced for normal to buy at the moment, though. Oh, let's see. Got a hidden gem for you. Check out Z Classic. It's a fork of Zcash. We will write that down as well, and that is Z Classic. So Prime Minister says Firo is the OG. Zek uses Firo Tech. Yeah, we actually went over their website and stuff. They talked about that on their website. No, it pumped, and now I'm up $8. Okay, well, see, that makes more sense. Congratulations. Move the stop losses. Not financial advice. Don't spend it all in one place, Cam. LOL. Plague Dogs. Hilarious. All right. So let's talk about some of these coins that the community wanted to talk about. Let's start with Zama. Hopefully I have these in the order that people said them in. Of course, I always forget I can't just hit enter. I have to actually click on it. And of course, there's probably going to be multiple things here. So you have, yeah, that's not it. Let's look at this Zama. If it's real small, like you go to the CoinGecko terminals, basically like the deck screener of CoinGecko. Sushi Swap, it's on Arbitrum, it says. Zama, whew. Look at that candle, just rug pull. That's a rug pull candle, in my opinion. I mean, when you go all the way from your top, all the way to the very bottom, like that, and I mean, in less than 15 minutes, it's just, then you can start dropping down in time frames and then seeing when that candle breaks up, right? When does that candle see? It wasn't in a 15-minute time frame. That was in a 5-minute time frame. Let's go to the 1-minute time frame. It feels like that liquidity got pulled out. Yeah, it's still there on the 1 minute. My goodness, what does the 1 second look like? Is it still contained within a 1 second? It's still contained within a 1 second candle. So in a 1 second candle, which I don't even know how that's true because you should be getting far more of these, this thing just dumped. This doesn't seem right though, because according to this is a 1 second, and what, that happened like 8 seconds ago. Says might have been a honeypot. Looks like there was never consolidation. Buy but can't sell kind of thing. Yeah. I don't even know what Zama is. I'm assuming he's referring to Zama. Zama, it's a rug. Look at the liquidity, LOL. Hey, I'm just going over what people wanted me to go over, right? I'm the victim here. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, Zama I don't think is worth going over, but again, I am glad to go over whatever the community would like me to go over here. Bitcoin OS. I should probably write down who asked me to look at this stuff because I forget. Somebody wanted me to go over BOS. And 4.3 million in market cap with 21 billion max supply, 890 million in circulating supply. Bitcoin builds. I did like their website. I remember I liked their website a lot. Right? I think so. Of course, I have way too many tabs open, as always. Yeah, their website's really cool. And they were touting some decent-sized names here of people building on BOS, like Cardano, Arbitrum, Merle Chain, if you know, you know. Litecoin, you know, some names you would know here. A lot of names you might not know. It's weird when you move the mouse around. There's something like hidden behind it. Yo, that is strange. When you move your mouse around, there's like a hidden image behind it. That's so weird. Oh, it's just the next. I got you. It's like the next scene. All right. So we're going to come back to the website in just a second. 168.9 thousand followers. Just call it 169,000 followers. Followed by Martini Guy and Loudmouth. Anybody know who Loudmouth is? Drop a 111 if you know who Loudmouth is. I hung out with Loudmouth on a cruise ship one time. Loudmouth is a really cool guy. One of my favorite people that I met in that whole experience was Loudmouth and BitBoy. Probably, and Frankie Candles too. Hanging out with all of them was a lot of fun. So BOS is a live across major exchanges. That was October 29th, 215,000 impressions. They really went with the dark, like gamified, ominous kind of vibe here. It's kind of strange, but maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll draw people in. What's going on in the chat? So I think they have already had a bunch of upgrades for Firo. Yeah, but more are coming, bro. Good news, man. I'm pumped. Oh, don't shoot the messenger. You know what I mean? In lifer voice. It's hilarious. Hilarious. All right, so now let's get to their website here, because their website looks like the funnest part of the review here. So reject the silos. BOS gives Bitcoin the power to see, verify, and leverage compute beyond its base layer, ushering in a new era of creation. So Bitcoin was underutilized. BOS made it possible to build on Bitcoin, making it programmable and unlocking the first truly secure DeFi worthy of managing 2 trillion of capital. I've seen this exact thing on like 4 different websites in the last 2 months, so hopefully they're the ones who are the real people who are worthy, right? BOS created, okay, so blockchains were fragmented. BOS created the first universal token standard. Now programmable tokens can exist on Bitcoin and now move between other chains seamlessly, working with universal smart contracts serving everyone. I don't know if it's worth repeating, but you know, Bitcoin's ability to use smart contracts is extremely limited, right? They have to be very, very basic, right? They can't really run very complex dApps. So like if you have a layer 2 built on Ethereum or any other network, right, that was built later, smart contract layer 1s, you could build directly on them. Bitcoin is not the case. You do have the Lightning, upgrades for speed of transactions and stuff like that. And with some of that comes, I think it was a different upgrade, but with that comes some small ability to do some smart contracts, but very, very, very simple stuff. So you have to almost build your layer 2 for Bitcoin somewhere else, which is weird because is it really a layer 2 for Bitcoin? It's more like a project built on another blockchain that's whole purpose is Bitcoin layer 2 type stuff. You know, a lot of times they're portrayed as like real Bitcoin DeFi or layer 2. Now their business is completely involved around Bitcoin and Bitcoin DeFi, right? So they're not really being dishonest, but they're maybe not really capturing the full truth that there is no real Bitcoin DeFi as of yet, or very minimal and very limited capabilities until somebody solves that, right? Prime Minister, what other coins are you excited about? Prime, says Camsta. Yeah, we absolutely want to know. Transforming the digital world as we know. And remember that Prime Minister gave us Neptune Cash. Remember that off the top of my head. How's Neptune Cash going, Prime Minister? Does it have a better entry point now? POS allows all systems to settle on Bitcoin, to Bitcoin, providing a learning layer for low-cost, high-speed, and limitless throughput. Build once, deploy once, and experience fast, scalable, composable applications with a streamlined user experience. It would be fun to dig deeper into the documents here and see exactly how their system works. Okay, so you got Rollups and True Layer 2. So using BitSnark and Grail, BOS allows for Bitcoin Rollups execution environment that satisfies all 3 prongs of a true Bitcoin Layer 2. So they're right on the nail of what I was just saying. And so they claim that they have a way to satisfy basically the 3 qualifications of being a true Bitcoin layer 2, as many things tout themselves as a Bitcoin DeFi or layer 2, and they are not. Gas fees payable in BTC, security inherited from Bitcoin layer 1, and trustless BTC bridging between layer 1 and layer 2. And that's what they're saying are the 3 prongs of true Bitcoin layer 2. It's really interesting. It kind of really got right to what I was looking for. So that's cool. The website's fire, but that doesn't always mean that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. Innovation is coming back to the mother chain, right? Does it all circle around back to Bitcoin? Is that why all the old coins are waking up? Because the original ethos and glory days of blockchain, Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything is coming back. I hope so. I hope Ethereum wakes up and does something exciting, because seeing Ethereum down like $800 today sucked. It's like it takes forever, you know, Lifer says it quite often. It's like took forever to crawl and just like climb tooth and nail up in price action just to lose it all in like a 2-day span. That'll shake retail out of the market. And I've been saying for a while that I feel like it doesn't make any sense. Somebody wanted to go over Lena, and we will. It doesn't make any sense for, like, what is the normal MO, right? People run it up, and then they need to sell it to somebody. Well, if institutionals are in the game, right, and they've just kept retail out of the market, like they said today on Lifer's channel, you know, somebody said it really feels like retail never came into the market this cycle. Maybe for brief moments, but yeah, I would agree. It does not feel like they ever came in. I mean, the market cap right now is 3.4 trillion. We were over 4 trillion at one point. So keep that in mind. We've lost a lot of money in this market. And it doesn't feel like retail ever came in. But if institutions need retail at the top of the market to sell their bags to, how can they let you confidently ride the wave of success and wealth to the top with them? They can't. They need you to lose so that you can get all excited at the right time when they're ready to offload and they're ready to go into the bear market, right, and reaccumulate. They want to sell you all of their Bitcoin and all, well, not their Bitcoin. I take that back. I don't mean Bitcoin. Mostly altcoins. They're going to hold the Bitcoin most likely. And so usually if they're buying Bitcoin, it's a much longer cycle, but I don't think they have those longer cycles in mind with Cardano or Dogecoin or even Ethereum a lot of the time. Maybe some of them with Ethereum. These are just my thoughts for sure. But I really think that they're going to wait until they're ready to get out of the market. They're ready for a bear market. They have everybody pretty much chewed up. Then they're going to have a relatively short euphoric time, but they're going to get retail to run back in. And they know how to get retail excited and get retail running back in. Pump that price steady with like little pullbacks for a period of time. Have it on your favorite TV show on, Monday and Sunday Night Football. And they'll have it on your wrestling, and they'll have it in your UFC. It'll be everywhere. You won't be able to turn around and not see a crypto ad for a month or two when they're ready to pull retail in to dump on them. That's smart money moves right there. All right, enough of that though, right? So here's Lena. I want to see what Prime Minister had to say here, because I did ask him a question. Plague Dog says, don't shoot the messenger. Yep, I did read that in the Lifer voice. What other coins are you excited about? Says, as of now, I'm heavy in Furo, Decred, Xano, Neptune Cash, also, PivX, which we went over yesterday. The privacy coins are my favorite. As far as Neptune, at the moment, entry is great. Neptune is still building out stuff. It's a new chain. Yeah, exactly. Founders of Neptune, still hard to get into, right? Let me know, Prime Minister, when they make that a little easier to get into. That'll signal to me that it's a little more ready to run. Founders of Neptune Cash have PhDs in quantum cryptography and a long history from the early BTC days. So I have heavy conviction in Neptune. That's really cool. I definitely think I'm going to throw at least $100 into it and see what happens. I see the long-term vision, short-term stuff doesn't have longevity. Exactly. And we don't know what's going on with the market. We don't know if we're going to get an elongated cycle. We're going to get typical 4-year cycle in a bear market very soon. It'll matter as far as Neptune Cash goes. So Neptune Cash sounds awesome, but not on MEXC yet. We talked a little bit about how to buy it, Prime Minister, so I know that's there. If you want to drop how to buy it again in the Discord, that would be awesome. No, it's on Safe Trade, yep, but they work on listing. You can get a wrap version on Base from Uniswap. I'm in for Neptune Cash as soon as I can get some. Yeah, and Camsta, there'll be a little bit of a learning curve, so if you're trying to figure out how to buy it and it doesn't make sense to you, you know, just let people in the Discord know. I'm sure Orhan can tell you how to get into it. He probably has to figure it out for, 10 minutes first, but I'm sure he could help you out. If not, just at me and I'll help you figure it out. Or talk to Prime Minister. There you go. I know that Prime Minister is in the Discord as well. Yeah, bro, $100 is all you need for these low cap. Upside potential is huge. And yeah, I'll keep you updated on Neptune progress. Got a new name in here with CE. What is this? Greenheart Investment. Okay. XVG. Isn't that Verge? Didn't we go over that yesterday? So I was going to go over Lena. Stick around and I will go over that Greenheart in just a minute for you. I'm going over what everybody wanted to. You got this, Lena, and one more in front of you, and then I'll get to that. And Lena, we've been over a bunch, so I'll try to make Lena quick. 184.4 million in market cap. I kind of want to go directly to their Twitter here, because I know they had some hype about them having some kind of collab with Swift, which is huge. So SharpLink Gaming is deploying 200 million of their ETH treasury on Lena. Okay, so that's money right there. I don't know if that'll go into their market cap or not. So they have 1.3 million in followers. That's a lot of attention. So if they put out a post, it's going to get probably across, it'll come across 1.3 million accounts, but how many will see it? I don't know. If 10 or 20% see it, that's a big deal. 100% Ethereum, the best chain for ETH capital. It's very much a financial tool kind of thing. This is what Ethereum L2s were built for. They seem very tied into traditional finance, in my opinion. I mean, how else do you get all the way to having some kind of interaction, even if they haven't sealed the deal, but some kind of interaction with Swift itself? That's pretty big. So let's go back. Let's take a look at the market cap of this thing. 184.4 million in market cap. That seems tiny to me. I do feel like Ethereum needs to pump to help this do well, right? Because if people have lost confidence in Ethereum, which it always seems to be teetering in between, everybody losing confidence in it here lately. Since we've been pumping a little bit, it's kind of quieted down, but it's sure to come back. If you see Ethereum go back down to $2,500, you're going to start hearing that drum beat again and that narrative go again. So we have Lena and Ethereum. Smart contracts, layer 2, a consensus portfolio. Okay, those are different portfolios. I thought I was going to say something else. And Binance Alpha Spotlight. Let's go to the website. And I've been over this so many times. This website makes me laugh every time because it says building the L2 where Ethereum wins. Now, mind repeating here, Ethereum is the second biggest crypto in the space. I don't think that Ethereum needs Lena to help it win. I don't know when Ethereum wasn't winning. Again, it's the second biggest market cap in crypto. But I'm sure that Lena is going to help them out. All jokes. Growing the adoption of Lena's technology, the reach of the ecosystem application, and its influence of its community. Bootstrapped by consensus, owned by Lena community. They have this video. I've played it before. It's just a hype video, right? It's not even very long. Yeah, it's 1 minute. It's not really worth watching. They just show the faces of a bunch of people involved. They don't actually really tell you anything in the video as far as how it works or technology or any of that stuff. It's just like they started building and they thought they were going to fail, and then suddenly they didn't fail, and suddenly they were successful because, I don't know, they believed in themselves. Sounds like a story to a movie. So grants for Lena builders. There's not a whole lot to talk about. This is a liquidity provider, liquidity platform, layer 2 on Ethereum. Over time, I think it's bullish. I do. What it means right this second, I don't know. And again, you know, it's easy to say real fast, like, hey, it's not retail sexy, but I don't think they care. They're not catering to retail, so they don't really care. Giggle back up over $100, up 75% today, getting close to a double up. That BurnFi is already gone here. It already lost all of its gains, right? And Dgent AI, which we've been over several times. Momentum no longer up 500% anymore. It's pulled back. A lot of stuff to unpack there. And let's move on to the next one. I don't even know if this one will come up because this is another one from all right, it did come up. It's another one from Prime Minister here. So 91 cents at 4.4% in the last 24 hours that it's down. Let's go to the max chart. That's what I really want to see. Whoa. Since 2016, it's a fork of Zcash. It only has 9.4 million in its market cap. Is this a hidden gem? Has a tiny max supply, but it's done nothing since 2018. It hasn't done a dang thing. And so, you know, it's a weird It's a weird era of a lot of these coins coming back from the grave. Is this one going to come back from the grave? Is this one just too small, too unknowable? I don't know. Is that a good case? You know, is that a good use case for a pump group to get a hold of it? Yeah, but that doesn't mean a pump group is going to pump every small dead coin. So it's worth putting on your radar, and I thank the Prime Minister for letting us know here. It was awfully kind of him for putting this on our radar because I was not aware of this coin. But who knows what it's going to do. I don't want anybody to get crazy, and I don't give financial advice, but I don't want you to get crazy overly optimistic on something this tiny, this small. If it pumps, good for you. If not, you've been warned, right? Let's see. Greenheart Investment says, great. Kamsa says, yeah, bro, hop in the Discord from time to time. We can talk cryptography and cypherpunk theory. Hey, I love that. For show, I'm always in there, says Kamsta, usually showing off my bad trades where I lose my shirt. Yeah, have no mercy in the trenches. Some trades will rob you of everything. Hey, that is true. Ray Dalio talking mad about a crash coming again. Who knows? Everybody will tell you they know. Very few to none of them actually know. Looks like BTC is bouncing for a bit. Yeah, exactly. Did it find a bottom? Are we going to come out of this thing? Do we have Kamsta's theory of another like 5 days of pain? If we do, let's just get it over with. At this point, I really don't care. Like, just do what we got to do, right? Like, have the days of pain. Flush out all the liquidity. So many people screaming leverage trading ruined the crypto altcoin season. It's probably true in a lot of ways. Or it's just designed to look like that, right? Or it's just designed to feel like that. Like they want you to think that. Could very well be as well. So this is a fork of Zcash. Again, this thing could do anything. It could do nothing. It could do everything. Nobody knows. So ZNext Stark's fully shielded privacy transaction. Very basic website. For how long they've been around, I think they could have a little better website, right? You can get it on Linux, Windows wallet here. Probably buy it somewhere else, right? Does anywhere else have it? No. SafeTrade. There's SafeTrade again. And nonkyc.io. The trust score, it's so funny. SafeTrade, right, is the name. And the trust score is the worst that you could possibly get. So there's that. And it could just be because they're new and unknown. I'm going to kind of move on from that. I think that's all there really is to say about that. My biggest thing that I like about it is it fits the narrative. It's tiny and might get a pump by some people who want to pump something and then cash out on a bunch of people. That's very possible. But also, I like that it had like 14 million. Go back. Would it have like 14 million in the circulating supply or max supply? All right. For some reason, it doesn't want to go back. I think it's worth taking the second to go back here. Oh, there it is. And that is zcL. Yeah, 11.4 max supply, right? This is tiny. So 10.3 in the circulating supply. For me, one of the biggest things here is that it has such a tiny circulating supply. If they wanted to pump this thing could move really fast in value. It could. Doesn't mean it will, but it could. I just can't stress that enough here. Look at that. Blues guy in the house. Underground, the man of the hour, IQ digging deep dive is always much appreciated. What's up, Blues guy? My bunch of favorite people. Gratitude to you all, and I'm happy to finally be home. Hope all is freaking amazing. Let's go. Are you just getting off of work, Blues guy? Shout out to the long and strenuous day you probably had working in the oil fields. At least we got these coins that aren't getting wrecked by the market. Yeah, right. There's the hopium. Welcome in, welcome in. So Underground, there's a history behind Z Classic, and the community is still very active and building. It seems dead, but very alive. Okay. I mean, Prime Minister, you got me a little convinced on. I like how well they fit the narrative of the time right now, and I really like how much they have in their circulating supply. Right, that could pump really fast. I can resist getting some. Can I resist getting some? Says Camsta. I don't know. Don't know. It's a hard. So. Prime Minister, I got a question for you. If you only had $100, would you rather buy the Classic or Neptune Cash? Which one would you rather get? I recommend joining the Telegram of Z Classic, and you can get more insight. Okay. So many Discords and Telegrams, it makes my head spin. I could do nothing but Telegrams and Discords. Maybe we need to integrate that stuff a little bit more. So much stuff to do. And we are rolling into 2 hours of streaming, and you know what that means? Not gambling, because I still don't know yesterday if we got took down because they thought I was promoting a gambling website, or if it was because they thought I was underage gambling on YouTube Live. I don't know. It seems like it might be the underage thing. I don't know if anybody else could see the strike. At first it was talking about being underage or something, but then when I went and did they do a little training thing where they give you scenarios so that you can get the warning to fall off, right? So it doesn't show up as a warning, so you don't get a strike next. And then it just talked about what was it? Regulated resource or regulated stuff, that you're not supposed to do. So I don't know if it was because stake.com is not approved by Google or whatever as legitimate or something like that, or if it was actually because they thought I was underage. I don't really know. This is where we take the IQ raising break here, as we've been raising that crypto IQ and deep dive in here for 2 hours. Oh, for my guy who's hanging in there, I'm gonna do that first, because I did promise him that we would do that. I kind of had moved on. XVG, which is Verge. It's funny how it comes up twice back to back when I haven't heard about it in a while. Also not on Mexi. So VA Big said, I'd buy Neptune if I only had 100. Makes more sense. Okay. Because Zcoin or Z Classic is more of a beta play, on the privacy narrative. Even 20 bucks in Zcash can give you a huge return if it does well. It's a really good point, right? You could do like, if you only had 100 bucks, you could do like 80 in Neptune Cash and throw like 20 bucks in Z Classic, right? Blues guy said we had a spy in the house. No idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about? We got a spy in the house. Hey, you got the wrench, man. Root him out. Cam still says I need to sell my car real quick. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. All right, now he's talking in French, so he lost me there a little bit. Blues guy, shout out to Blues guy. Welcome in again. So here's Verge. Verge has been around since October 24th. Green, you still here? Drop a comment, let me know you're still here. Yeah, exactly. Low risk, high reward. Yep, my favorite kind of plays, where you can make a lot out of a little, and though often nothing happens most of the time. So up 103. Wait, what? 103,000%? Jeez, Verge did some absolute numbers. My goodness, 103,000%. Jeez. I mean, you could have put $1 in it, but you would have had to get it like the day it came out kind of thing. That would be a little hard. So that was back in October 24th, 2024. Is it a privacy coin? Yes, it is. Proof of work made in U.S. privacy. I guess every privacy coin's going to pump. And if every privacy coin's going to pump, then I guess Z Classic is just a matter of time, right? No way that big pump groups would not look at Z Classic and just like lick their lips, right? It's juicy. I mean, look at the circulating supply on this, right? 16.5 billion. Think about it. Or 11 point something million. Which one you think's gonna move faster, with 119, thousand, or 119.8 million market cap, or like 9.1 mil? Oh man, it's got the low market cap with the really low circulating supply. Hard not to catch that FOMO real quick, right? So yeah, its all-time high was like 26 cents, and that was 8 years ago. It is down 97% since this big wick. Hopefully nobody bought on that big wick. Let's go check out their... And it's almost like we're getting their website, and it was almost like we're getting used to like all these old coin pumping, but like we still have to remember, like, it's weird that all of these old coins are pumping. It's very weird. Everybody was like, okay, you want an altcoin season? You guys want an altcoin season? Zcash. Dash. That's what we're gonna pump. They really know how to mess with retail, that's for sure. So somebody says Squid Grow? Question mark. I would definitely go over that in just a second. What are we at? I think the stream was taken down with the combination of uncertified website and digital goods as a wager. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Mr. J. That's kind of the conclusion I had came to. He says, wait for Shiba, LOL. Yeah, still hold a tiny bit. Melis says, I'm not a spy, I'm just very nosy. Okay, okay. And Joe's Furio, it's almost like that coin we keep looking at, says Squid Grow. I'll go over Squid Grow in just a second. You'll have to hang out. And Green Investor, are you still here? Green Heart Investor, you still here? A secure and user-friendly digital currency. A digital currency designed for everyday transactions. I mean, to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot to report here. The biggest thing to report on something like this would just be how much price has moved in the last 24 hours or 7 days. Down a little bit. Did it get a pump? In 7 days it's up 26%. That kind of shows a little bit of life, right? Shows a little bit of life. And then tokenomics to me is the next big takeaway personally. How much money's in the market cap? How much is in the circulating supply? Because number of, price go up is the circulating supply divided by the market cap is going to give you the price per coin. And so you need a small market cap to get quicker price go up as money flows into the circulating supply. These are tokenomic basics. Let's look at their Twitter, because the next metric is how much attention do they have. 313.1 thousand. Let's call it 313,000 followers. That's not small. Not small at all. The Martini guy, he follows every project apparently. And October 31st was their last post on Halloween. It has 7.3 thousand impressions. It's been a few days since Halloween. I'd like to see their impressions higher. You know, how many of these 3.3 thousand followers are active still, because this thing has been around for a long time, right? How many of these are people who made new accounts? Maybe they don't use their old account anymore, stuff like that. So if they put out this post, how many people really saw it? So the fog is lifted over Swappy Hollow, and the winners have risen. So they had some kind of giveaway or something like that, probably for Halloween. That is interesting. Onward. Oh, I already have the website pulled up, right? So yeah, they have the potential for attention. They've been around for forever. Hopefully they've been building. The tokenomics has a very low market cap in my opinion. It could do something. How much money is there really to be moved around? There's that. And a fun place to go for anybody, we haven't done this in a while, is the coin perspective. Right, so you come over here and you type in like Z Classic, right, ZCL, and then we come look over at Monero is not a bad one, right? But that's a huge market cap. You could go to a different project on this, and this is good for doing moon math. Don't let it overly hype you up, because that can be detrimental to your mental, physical, and portfolio health, not financial advice. But if you come over here and we look at, see, if it was to be like Monero, it'd have like 6.2 billion. I think that's a little overly optimistic. Anybody else? Anybody else think that's a little overly optimistic? Let's see. So that would be like, let's see, what would it have to do a 10x? Slide our scale over. Doesn't look like it lets you put in percentage yet. They should add that. Okay, so a 10x would be a market cap of 105 million. To get a 10x, I think that's, the thing is, that seems rather doable, right? We see a lot of things with $105 million market cap. Matter of fact, the project we were just talking about right now has 105 or like 130 something million market cap. So it's not crazy. This is Z Classic. This is a coin we looked at before. So there's that. And shout out to the Coin Perspective, a great place to do moon math. Now let's go look at Squid Grow. Everybody brace yourself, because I don't really know anything about Squid Grow. Is it talking about growing financial assets, or is it a meme coin? I don't know. So Squid Grow has migrated from their old contract to a new contract. Keep that in mind. Only 7.7 million in market cap. On the 7-day, it has been dumping 20%. Let's pull up that max chart. A long time. Looks like a lot of coins. So September 12th, 2024 had a huge pump up to 8 cents 11 months ago. It's down 90% from there. And let's see, how long was the lowest low? So the lowest low was only 7 months ago. So it went from its highest high 11 months ago to its lowest low 7 months ago pretty fast there. That's interesting. That's why we always look at those metrics. Ethereum contract, right? Let's go take a look at their website. But first, let's look at the tokenomics here. You got 1 billion tokens in both the max and circulating supply. It is a meme coin. So there's that. Empowering users, unleashing utility. So a meme coin promising utility. There's very few that have delivered on that promise. What am I missing in this chat? All I see is Blues guy saying underground ... What does that mean? What does that mean? Says love the shirt, buddy. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Oh, Greenheart Investments still here. Love to see that. And to Greenheart and Joe Fira, there's a link to the Discord. Definitely hop in. Blues guy is all over it. Join the Discord. It says hit the like button gently. I love that. It's hilarious. Yeah, hop in the Discord, man. Join the community. We have, you won't believe it until you hop in. The community is really tight. We're a crypto family around here because we're such a small, committed group of people. There'll probably be some stragglers hopping in over time, but take advantage of it while you can. And we'll be keeping the community tight for a long time to come here. Introducing Silent Swap, redefining private trading. So although it kind of presented itself as a meme coin, its website really presents itself as a more serious project. It says swap tokens seamlessly while safeguarding your privacy, non-custodial, cross-chain, and secure. Explore more today. Discover more on our website. Okay, Squid Grow ecosystem. So to the guy who asked us to go over Squid Grow, hopefully you're still here. He says, yay. Oh, do you use this? I want to know. To Josie Firo. I'm probably absolutely killing that name. Pay AI just pumped. Okay. And when you say it pumped, Camsta, how many percent are we talking here? Camsta is out of here. He says bedtime. It is his bedtime. Tomorrow we all get rich, filthy, stinking rich. I hope so, Camsta, for you and for everybody, for sure. No reason to be against it, I would say. And Squid Grow utility token. So this is cool. I mean, it seems kind of cool. It's presenting itself as a very serious project, although Shibtoshi, an open letter from the owner. Okay. Presents itself as a very serious token. When it comes across as a meme, hasn't done well in a while, right? I mean, it kind of really bottomed out here in April 15th, 2025. But again, this pump was everything pumped. It almost feels like the altcoin season or altcoin rally was last year. That's what it feels like. And I think we got a lot of excitement there, and we thought, oh, okay, altcoin season's on, right? We're going to run for like a year. No. They're not going to allow you, the little guy, to get up off the ground like that. All we can do is stay committed. This is me talking to myself. All I can do is stay committed. And out of that commitment, results could be born. They could not be born. We just don't know. And I have to keep that mentality of pushing forward. Because usually right before, you're really about to do something, right before you're really about to make it is when you feel like giving up the most, right? And so I've turned that into, and we're going to take a little break. And I'm going to play a blockchain game that I enjoy while we talk with the community, right? Keep this over here so I can see what everybody's saying real easy. And yeah, this is kind of the part where we just kind of chat a little bit about some stuff, and I just talk about things that are on my mind while we play a little blockchain gaming. Because I do love some DeFi gaming. Can we beat the challenge of the day? Alright, I got my blades. I got like new upgrades now that I finally got bullets. I don't know, was I supposed to have bullets the whole time? Or like, did they just integrate this into the game? I never know. Is it me or is it them? I love at the beginning you get to upgrade so much. Get those blades spinning faster. Summon emitters. Fire magnetic bombs that ejected between enemies. Joseph Firo says, I do. And I feel like I probably asked him a question and now I don't remember what that was. Can you remind me what I had asked you? And if you could refer to the pinned post, let's see how many people will participate. Participation, for everybody in the community, participation is a big deal. You know, if you really care to help the community grow, if you're just here to hang out and stuff, no big deal. I still love you, no big deal. But if you really are one of the more hyped people in the community that really wants to help us grow, look at the pinned post, or the pinned chat, sorry. Yeah, the pinned chat in the chat, and participate if you would. Maybe look out for the pinned posts on a daily basis. Zero obligation, but it does help the chat run up. Couldn't do any of this without you guys. And you know, for most people who've been here all the time, you know that we are not monetized yet. We're still in new YouTube. Oh, if I used it. Okay, yeah, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. Have you joined the Discord yet? Because I would really love to hear you talk about your results, your interaction with using it, how often you use it, what you do with it. I'd be really interested to hear that. And I also know that our whole community would. You haven't met Orhan yet, but he is our community bot. It's all a joke, but like he is all in the sauce there, and he'd probably really like to hear about that as well. So we appreciate everybody's experience and what they care about. Not any one of us can research every single thing, be in every community, every environment. And as the narratives change, right? As the narratives change, certain people become, you know, the top dog on whatever. Like if you're really into privacy coins and stuff, and then privacy coins become the hottest rage, like you're going to be the one we're all turning to know about privacy coins and where we should turn, where we should go. It's just a collective, right? I wouldn't say the hive mind, but it's the collective. It's all of us collectively putting our heads together for the betterment of everybody. And you know, one day it'll be your turn for what you're really into, and another day you'll need to lean on somebody else because they've been really into something else, and it's time for that narrative to run. So these are all things to really keep in mind about the community. That's really what the community about. I really wanted to have people to talk with about all of this stuff, because in regular day-to-day, few people that actually liked crypto, but none of them that really took the time to understand crypto or know a whole lot about crypto, right? So the conversation was fun, but it wasn't deep. And so I'm like over here, dang, I got killed. This thing is like not reacting the way, and then I got killed again immediately. What just happened? I literally revived. Anyways, that was stupid. Yeah, that was really dumb. It's like I got killed and I hit revive, and then like they didn't even give me a chance to move. With a lot of games, they'll give you like a 2-second invincibility, right? So you can like move, not just get hit by the next thing and die. Anyways, a lot of times there's not a lot of people to talk to stuff about. So I wanted to create a community where we could all talk about stuff, put our heads together, and also keeps me accountable to deep diving and researching at least a few hours every day. It does compound. How many people believe in the ninth wonder? Here's a good one. How many people can tell me who said that the ninth wonder of the world is compounding interest, or compounding in general, but usually in financial and interest is what they were talking about? So Kets make some Benjis. Run up those charts, says El Cheeto. Says it's been approved for use in the US. Okay, well that's definitely good to know. Yeah, and anything you could share, like maybe you could open up the app and do a quick screen record. I know it's very easy with Apple. And just do a quick screen record and just, you know, scroll through the app and, you know, show us what the app looks like. It'll get more people involved, right? More people would download it. Can't believe how cooked we got on that. What is... Let's see what it's... Oh, man, it's not going to tell me. Monster bullet damage is halved, so they made you weaker. Oh, destroyed instantly upon collision impact. I just... That's so stupid. It's so stupid that you would have like a you die instantly in a challenge. It's like, well, that's dumb. So no point in doing any upgrades. No point in doing any upgrades on health, because apparently that's not going to help you much. I gotta try not to bump into anything. That doesn't seem hard in this game. That seems nearly impossible. So, how many people think that we're going to have multiple days of pain here? And how many people think that we're going to get a turnaround in this market, at least, you know, a local turnaround in, say, the next, you know, 2-3 days? Before the weekend, basically. Always kind of want to know where everybody's at here. Sometimes this game, like, the more you upgrade the speed, the faster you go, the harder it is not to collide into everything, right? Oh, the pulse is helpful. I love house music. I hear your music in the background always, and I be like, damn, he knows what's up. Yeah, that it is what's up. We mix it up a little bit. Sometimes I'm glad you said that about the house music. I like the house music a lot. I love that on Lifer's show. At the same time, you know, do I play house music every day because I like it? I think the Lifer plays it every day. The other option for me would be like some lo-fi, you know, chill hop type music. I could rock with that. I don't really have any other options in my brain unless it's just some kind of subgenre of that. El Cheeto says I'm spitting soft game, my dude. Didn't Campsta go to bed, El Cheeto? I think he went to bed. Yeah, I think he left. Turn that pulse range up. The pulse thing seems like the perfect upgrade for this game, or for this, you know, challenge that they have us on. Because we can't let anybody bump into us. Yeah, it definitely expand it. Well, that seems super helpful. Expand the damage so they can't get through it, maybe. And we can kind of crash into. I might be able to beat it with this on there. Oh man, not the boss already. Did not feel like I got enough upgrades yet. Always get hit by that attack. I gotta figure that attack out a little bit more. I don't know if it counts as a collision if I run into like that outside border. And yes, I'm just making conversation as I play this game to unwind my brain. Since we've been doing 2 hours of pretty much non-stop reading and deep diving. It does take a slight toll on you. Got to get a little reset in there. Almost ran into the wall again. I don't know if that'll kill me or not. I wish I knew if it would kill me so I'd stop hyper-focusing on it. I hate this attack. All right, looks like we might just beat this boss. Got him. Gonna need that health. All right, where are we at? Said I have a dope house music playlist. Dang, Discord. I love house music. Put a link in Discord, my daily. All right, well, for everybody who's here, know that a music channel and bot to the Discord is coming soon. For sure. Throw an emoji in the chat if you like Darkstar, if you like this game, if you like this segment where we take a little break to cool out and change the topic and just hang out for a minute and play this this game. We're always looking for fun, simple games. Unfortunately, I have so much running and going on that if we try to pull like some AAA game, it's just going to lag out, right? And so if everybody could let me know, just drop an emoji if you like this segment of the show, and drop a 555 if you hate this segment of the show, and let me know how you feel. If you are under the opinion that you would prefer I didn't take a minute to play a game, then let me know that by dropping a 555. Yeah, this pulse thing is like the perfect thing for this challenge. I love how like the pulse goes perfect with the blades. They just line up. I don't even know what's killing them. Is it the blades or the pulse? I guess it's the pulse. All right, here comes the boss of the level. Guess we'll just upgrade what we've been using, right? Dang, if I collide into him, I'm cooked. What do we got going on? Melis dropped a heart. Blues guy dropped a heart. El Cheeto said Dark Star. So I guess a few people like it. Did see like 5 people leave the stream over it. Well, I don't know if it was over it. They might have just hopped in. I don't know. It's impossible for me to not pay attention to the numbers. We had a nice little pop. I wonder what it'll tell me. We were up to like, I think we were up to like 24, 25 people. They give me one stat. Oh man, now we're getting the stuff that goes through my like barricade. That's what I gotta watch out for right there. We're not doing enough damage. That's how I end up losing. I'm aware of it, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna lose. Now they're hitting me with the boss. I don't even remember what I was saying. Does get to the point where you have like so many different effects and moves going on that I can't tell what's like my attack going on and what I'm supposed to be dodging. No, I gotta dodge those little purple things. Dang. Come on, we could beat him. So many things going on at once. It'd be tripping. Have like nothing but like close area attacks for the most part. So I gotta like try to stay next to him to hit him. Oh, and I touched him. That sucks. Did so good for so long, and you just bump into him and die. Yeah, I'm on my like last revive. Hopefully I can make it. Yeah, it's not good when my strategy is to like literally get close to him so I can hit him with all of my effects. And like one wrong turn, I'm getting cooked, or I'm bumping into him. I'm gonna need that health upgrade. All right, cool. I needed a break there. I don't know if I can beat that last boss. Lounge music. I have to listen to it. Besides blues, I like Buddha Bar. Okay. I never heard of Buddha Bar, I don't think. So, Blues Guy. Tell me what you think of this. I got a new segment for the show where when you're here, I ask you a health-related question, and you give me your opinion on it. What do you think? He says, bro, you good at this game? I don't know if I'm good at that game at all. I don't like when they have the challenge where, like, if you just bump into anything, you instantly die. It's just like, that's kind of stupid, but it does make it hard. You know, what are they going to do next? Like, if you go left, you die? Like, come on. It's a little ridiculous when you have nothing but spam stuff around you. Oh, man. I almost don't want to go faster. Sometimes going faster is not helpful. I guess I'll take it. So, yeah, Blues Guy, what do you think about it? So, here's my health-related question for Blues Guy. And so you know, Blues Guy, I'm in the middle of doing a parasite cleanse with castor oil. And I got my binders and everything, because I know that's probably what you'll say next. He is on it. He knows a lot about a lot of stuff. My question is, how do you feel about Zevia? As I have these Zevia sodas. You know, if you like carbonation, you like it to be a little sweet. I got these Zevia sodas. I've been drinking them for a long time. I don't drink them constantly, but, you know, I get them here and there when they're on sale. And they're a good hold you over. It's a good counter for some soda type-esque without all the sugar and crap, right? How do you feel about Zevia? He says, I thought you'd never ask. If you have a question on health, I would definitely imperative absolutely have the answer, bro. Yeah, castor oil is the best. He says, yeah, that's what I'm doing. But my question, and this is going to be our Blues Guy health segment of the day. And I think a good time to do the Blues Guy health segment of the day might be when I'm playing a little game or something like that, right? So what is your opinion on Zevia? You know, both the plant, Zevia, of course, in its natural form. You could drop the leaves in tea. I used to grow it and use it in teas and stuff. But also things that are sweetened with Zevia. Now, I am aware that there is like the old Zevia extracts in the way they used to do it. And then they have like a newer way of doing it that doesn't taste so bad. Because the old Zevia drinks, the first generation Zevia drinks, they tasted awful. And the newer ones that they have a different way that they're getting the Zevia sweetness extract, and it tastes way better. I don't know if you're aware of what I'm talking about there. But I figured that might be a fun little segment to do if you're up for the daily go. And if you have like a long answer, you could always feel free to drop it in the Discord as well as in the chat. He's probably over there typing like a madman. All right, let's just get this like final boss over with already. Oh my goodness. See, that's what I'm saying. Such BS. So I shot my fireball, right? And the fireball is like big. It like clears a path. So I was using the fireball to go through a path through all of the people. all the enemies, and then there was like a boss just hiding in the mob, and obviously he didn't die in my shot, and so I crashed into him and I instantly died. Garbage. So when you click challenge, you can go here and click on them. Okay, I'm gonna start double checking when they have that, and just not do the challenge on those days, because that's so stupid. Watch me get frustrated as I play DeFi gaming. It's very exciting. That'll bring everybody to the channel. Just me losing my mind over some DeFi gaming. I'm just kidding. He said, okay, while you're doing the parasite cleanse, I would stay away. From what, though? Oh, from, okay, he says stay away from El Cheeto. I was born in 93 too. By year for safety, LOL. Yeah, I was actually born in 93 as well, so that's cool. We're the same age, El Cheeto. Okay, he would say, I think he's saying he would, my question was more about how you feel about Zevia in general, but I think Blues Guy is saying about Zevia while I'm actually doing the parasite cleanse. So that's interesting. That feeds the parasite. Knowing you're taking expediters and binders, it is not recommended taking it while cleaning. Orhan says, yo, boss, I just got off work. I'm late. What's up, Orhan? Welcome in, welcome in. He says he got off work. I thought you were sleeping, bro. I guess not. It's probably the middle of the day. See, I always thought that you were a little late to the show because you were sleeping, but maybe you're just getting off work this time. How's the catering? You make a bunch of money today. Catering is great business, great money. That's why Orhan has all this dough to throw around trading. He says, after you're done, you can drink fuzzy water-ish because it's carbonated water, not healthy, not bad, but not good. Don't drink while eating. Oh, he's saying don't drink it while eating. Yeah, exactly. It's noon. Yeah, exactly. Okay. That makes more sense. It really does. Just train some staff. Orhan has a big catering company, multi-million-dollar a year catering company. I'm just making that up. I'm prophesying and projecting it onto his life. Multi-million-dollar a year catering company. My guy underground looks 27. Hey, I appreciate that. I feel like I'm 21. I really do. Now there's definitely been some times where I didn't feel 21, like when my hip gets out of place. But I finally went to the chiropractor, and it's so funny. I've been dealing with it for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, just because I've been stubborn and I had paused my chiropractic visits. And then I go and the guy in like 2 seconds just pops it back into place and I'm fine. I'm like, why did I procrastinate on coming here? I won't do that anymore. Blues Guy says, way better than pops and juice and pasteurized milk and crap drinks. It is natural but carbonated. I'd be lucky to make more than 5% a year. Well, I mean, 5% on several $1 million could be good. He says I'd be lucky to make more than 5% a year. 5% of what, though? Like profit on the job? So, like, you're saying, you're telling me if you do a $100,000 catering event, you're making $5,000? Is that what you're trying to say? Because I might need to come in and help you regulate them books, bro. Bro, I shaved and got ID'd, LOL. Oh, you shaved right before your ID? That would have been a smart move. I just had to redo one not too long ago. Mr. J is laughing here. What are you saying, Orhan? 5% for restaurant profits, margin super slim. It depends on the operation. Catering usually has a little bit higher profit just because it's usually more expensive, right? You're charging the convenience factor for the fact that you're dealing with all the stress and everything. and you're providing the employees and all that. I don't know how the market is, obviously. He says Orhan needs help with the venues, bro. I don't know if he's being serious or not. We are lucky, Jen, all about health conscious. Yeah, exactly. Most people our age are pretty focused on that. Yeah, I mean, again, you're in Thailand, so I have absolutely no idea. In America, you just got to know your market, right? Some people, you got to know your company. You rather like a high-end company that does a little less volume but does a lot more money, or you take all the jobs. Maybe you have a lot of employees, you keep them working. Maybe you don't have to show up that often, I don't know. And you take all the volume just to make about the same amount of money, or maybe even less, maybe more, than the guy who just takes the high quality, high paying jobs. But then when you're the type of guy who takes the high quality, high paying jobs, it's a lot of how I used to run my handyman business. You don't have as much work all the time, although you make more money than most people who work 24/7, but it can be hard to keep employees because you don't have your 40 hours a week for them, right? So there's different pitfalls of different things. Very not crypto related. I need like a cut scene kind of thing for the crypto hangout part of the stream. I definitely want to get more like the segments, more of the segments going on, so we know where we are in the stream. Blue Sky says, do you have employees? Do you trust them, bro? I assume he's asking Orhan. It says, right. Quality over quantity, but it's hazard. Yeah, there's pitfalls and there's pros and cons to everything. If you take more of the business and you go the middle line, or you're even more of the cheap option in whatever business or field that you run, then, you probably have more employees and you might be able to get the business running maybe even more smoothly kind of thing, without you having to constantly be there, because you have employees, you have the work for them and stuff, and therefore they're always there. But it can be a lot more headache and hassle, that's for sure. Where like if you're in the higher end of whatever industry, because there's always like a low, medium, high, and super high end to like every business, every category of business, and all of them have their pros and cons. I always chose to work with the better people. Another thing is, and this is something I've learned through business time and time again, it doesn't matter what business I'm in, when you cater to the cheap people, they're the ones who leave bad reviews. Even though you bent over backwards, gave them money off, and stayed later, and threw in extra stuff, and did all of this stuff that you didn't need to do, right? And then they leave you a bad review for no reason at all, just because after you gave them $1,000 off the job or whatever to start with in the beginning when you were picking up the job, then at the end of it, when they're trying to hand you the money, trying to hand you the check, they're trying to negotiate another $500, another $1,000 off the job for no reason, without even a good complaint. And then you tell them no because you agreed on a price and you worked your butt off, and your guys did, and you finally got to the end of the job and everything was the way that they wanted it, and they even agree that it's the way, and then they want to try to give you less, right? And you tell them no, and that makes them mad. And so they try to like hurt you. Now, to be honest with you, I didn't deal with that too much. You get like maybe 1 or 2 people like that a year. Maybe more like 1 a year. But it would be super annoying. But it was always the cheap people. That was my point. So that's why I started going to the higher end of the customer base, I would do like, maintaining grounds for like multi-million-dollar houses and stuff, because they were awesome. They bring you waters, right? The other people, they don't bring you no waters. They say, hey, come take a look at this. I got other jobs for you. The cheap people are just like, can you do this quicker and charge me less money, please? Just like, oh, okay. Don't set the bar too high, right? Finally, I can buy a new plot of land here. And all I can really do is just build. Yes, I did switch games here. We're just hanging out and chatting. So fine dining to fast food, we can do it all. We've done Michelin, fine dining, and soup kitchens. All right. That's right, Orhan. Make sure that Omas get home safe. The kids safe. Scumbags out. I don't know what El Cheeto's talking about. Back in the day, Soprano style. I missed something, that's for sure. Oh, do you trust them? What was his answer? Did Orhan ever say if he trusted him? Oh, he says, yeah, I trust him. Okay. He says, I'm still there. Cheeky bastards. Yeah, it's funny. How's the pumpkin patch? We generate a few pumpkins. They sell for like 10 grand a piece. It's not going too poorly. Let's see. I'm still trying to figure out how to get power to things in this game. It's not as straightforward as I feel like it should be. Well, that's not what I want. It's not what I want. I want a wind turbine. I need like 5 wind turbines before I can even like generate enough power to do anything. Very annoying. Hopefully they're not going to make me like have to connect them in some kind of manner. What really sucks in this game is that you need like 2.5 mil just to get another lot at this point. Now it's 3.7 mil, which takes forever to generate. And then also everything that matters has to be built on a road. So it's like not enough road space. And you still have to grow your crops and stuff, so you can't just be putting roads everywhere. Yeah, he says 10 pieces of grand magic pumpkins. I'm quitting all my jobs and becoming a pumpkin farther with you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm with you. Was saying he never ran a business. He ran a block. Oh, okay. Dang, John Deere up there. Dang, yeah, that's hilarious. All right, guys. Well, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? I think I did a pretty good job of looking over everything. We did the Blues Guy health question of the day. I'll have another one for you tomorrow, Blues Guy. So be ready for your... It's not trivia. I just want to know your opinions. I think it would just be fun and interactive. Don't overthink it. Orhan or review at some point. Orhan hopefully is going to give us that. What else do we got here? Flare Network. Blues Guy, me and you got to chat about Flare Network. Blues Guy, when you got another day off? Orhan says, underground, represent. Underground, bring it on, brother. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that you're up for the, I don't know. I want to call it a challenge because, I don't know. That seems like a burden I'm putting on you, but up for it. When you got a day off, Blues Guy, we could chat about Flare Network. Do it on a day where you ain't got a lot going on and you can just kick back and we could talk about it, maybe in the voice chat or something like that. Tomorrow and Thursday. Well, tomorrow's a good day for me, and if it doesn't work out, Thursday as well. El Cheeto says, Flare, baby, Flare. Yeah, me and Blues Guy's going to really give me the sauce here. I don't know what my dog is barking at. So, yeah, I don't know what that's about. I'm going to hop off stream here in a minute. But, yeah, we're going to talk about Flare. Hopefully, we're going to go back over Flare and do it a little bit more justice. I don't know if somebody's at my door or something like that. It is, like, midnight, so I highly doubt that. My dog's probably just tripping. But we're pretty much winding down here. Everybody have a great night. I will see you in the Discord if you have any questions. Just, hit that @ Underground Crypto, and it will notify me. And, yeah, everybody have a great night. What kind of dog? She's a pit. She's an all-American pit, so she's tall. She's not like the short, stocky pit. She's a tall pit. Beautiful dog. All white, blue eyes. Like you never seen them. Look like the sky. Her eye, basically her pupil in her eye looks like a hurricane. It's crazy. I thought it was outside. LOL. Yeah, exactly. El Cheeto had to go check on his dogs. Yeah, night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Sweet dream, princesses and kings. A Orhan knows how to. He knows how to say goodnight right there. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Stay underground. Stay crypto. Crypto Ron out. See you in the Discord. Discord link in the description.